I'm so sick. I am so sick and tired of these supposedly canes up here always putting their hands on these women and taking these women out. Okay. We have to talk about it today. We have to talk about it. And we have two people on the board. That Boston rapper, you are putting your hands on a 19-year-old girl and she is pregnant, and this is by your doing, and you're putting your hands on her, and they are saying this ain't the first time he been doing that. What type of coward is that? Huh? You go around looking for 19, 18 people that are barely legal, okay? And you put your money on their head so you can prostitute them of their morals, of their values, knowing darn well she probably didn't have a father to teach her how a man's supposed to treat her. And your father failed you because you don't go around treating no woman like that. Shame on you, and shame for all these people in this hip hop industry that are supporting these men like this. Because he ain't the first one, he ain't gonna be the last one. And it's sad, after this, y'all still gonna support that person, okay? We gotta talk about him. It's a video going around, him and this 19-year-old, his girlfriend. Honey, when I tell you him humiliated her, I don't know if he's doing a humiliated sacrifice, because you already know they said in order to get in that hip hop game, you gotta sacrifice and you gotta compromise who you are as a person. And let me tell you, these canes, they are compromised. They are giving anything up for that fame and for that money, honey. Okay. Okay. So we have to talk about that. And did y'all hear about that church woman? When I tell you the women Christians are under attack by her own husband in her own place. Takesha, rest in peace, Takesha. She was in her 40s, girl. Oh my God. And her mother had to call 911 to say, police, my son-in-law just took out my daughter. Honey, couldn't be me. This beast then took out my daughter. Okay. And honey, the kids was right there, his own daughters, in their own house. And then he just walked out the house like it was nothing. Like it was nothing, girl. They said, what's going on? What happened? After hearing all them shots. And he like nothing. And he didn't laugh. Okay. She was on the porch. He followed the wife to the bathroom. And then that's when he did what he did. Oh my God, because she wanted to get away from him. She wanted to get a divorce, and he would not sign those divorce papers. We got to talk about it because a lot of y'all are those in the situation right now. And a lot of y'all not in the situation, but you're going to be. You're going to be, especially when you don't have any standards, you don't have any boundaries, and you so desperate to have a man. Can we talk about the desperation? Why y'all so desperate to have a man? Y'all don't see what they doing out here in these streets? All that stuff they put in movies, it's just fantasy. It ain't real. It is not real. It's just fantasy, honey. And y'all, they got y'all hook, sink, and sinker. Okay. So we have to talk about it all. If you guys can hear me, please press that too. How you guys doing? What's going on? Party crashers. All right. Yeah, I got the fan with me. Hold up. Oh, y'all saying I'm looking good. Am I looking good? Let me take the glasses off then. Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Thank you guys so much for the love, the appreciation. We really appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Listen, this. Okay, this is an old wig that I pulled on now. You know, I wanted to put some color on it. I got my leather Balmain jacket. Okay, what's up? My Versace gloves on. Okay, my Chanel earrings. What's up? Okay. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. And I want to let you guys know, thank you all for the compliments. It goes a long way. And honey, I have the link. If you guys want to jump on this conversation with me and talk about what's going on in our community every single day, hit that link at the top and then come on up here, okay? And let's get, I love you too, Sheila, Shelly. I don't know if I got it right, but we need the likes. You know, this is a tough topic. Usually I have not been covering different topics. So I need y'all support to get us up in numbers in the algorithm, okay? People need to know this is the channel to go to when you want to hear the current news and everything that's going on, okay? All right. All right. Looking in the comments. Got more wigs than a wig shop, girl. You ain't lying. And this not even my good wig, okay? Okay. Let me tell y'all. Y'all know I went back to KFC. Okay. I went back to KFC and I got me a big bucket of chicken. Okay. Sound big as hell, right? Right. Well, it's better than getting a bucket of dicks. Okay. All y'all out here, y'all getting all these random dicks, okay, coming in and out your mouth, giving you all these diseases, putting paws on you. Listen, I decided to get me some bucket of chicken, okay? All right. This mouth is made for macaroni and cheese candy yams. It's not made for dick and nuts, okay? All right. So I went to KFC, got me a bucket of chicken, child. Why? They messed up my order. I said all dark meat because you know I don't fool with white meat. Okay. I mean, I will if I have to, but I prefer my dark meat. Ain't nothing like dark meat. Shout out to the dark meat. Okay. Girl, they gave me the bucket of chicken, but it was all white meat. And I asked that man at the driver, I said, sir, is it all dark meat? Because when they came up, I kind of seen Sister Girl and him look confused. I'm like, this ain't normal. So I asked him, he said, yes, ma'am. Lying mother sucker. Lying mother sucker. Girl, you know, I pulled over in the parking lot. I'm not going home. I had to check that chicken. And I had to taste that chicken. Okay. I taste that damn chicken. That chicken was fresh, just the way I like it. But it was white meat. It was not dark meat. I know the difference between dark and white meat. Okay. I love my dark meat. So I had to bust up around. Y'all got my order wrong. They act like they ain't want to understand me at that speaker. I had to keep saying hello, hello. So okay, you don't want to talk to me. You know, I pulled over in the front. What's up? Okay. They come rushing in the window. Yeah, we were just talking about you. I said, what? Y'all got my order wrong? Okay. They're like, yeah, we sorry. Let me get that. Child, I had to wait, I don't know how long. Okay. And I said, see, this, and you know they DEIs. I believe they DEIs. They black folks. I believe they DEIs. Listen, anybody that can't get shit right and they always effing up, I'm gonna say you a DEI hire, okay? Because they could have hired some people that really earn that position versus I think you're a DEI hire. So anyway, child, they had me waiting all that time. I said, see, if I was around white people, they would have been like, you know what? I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but what can we do to compensate you? You know what I mean? No, not with these niggas. Okay. Shit. They get your shit wrong and they entitled. They got an attitude. But the man came up to me and he was nice black man. You know, some of you black men that's working in these shops, y'all have better attitude than these women. I promise you. Really nice attitude. And he was like, they effing up people order and they getting everything mixed up. And I'm looking in my mind like, that ain't my problem, bruh. But he was so nice. I was being nice to him. But I don't want to hear about that. That ain't not my problem. He's trying to get me to sympathize for him. I'm not sympathizing for you. Okay, so I said, well, what can you do to accommodate me? Because I've been waiting. Okay, time is money. Okay, he said he gonna throw some extra chicken up in this shit. Okay. He gonna throw some extra chicken in that shit. Okay, to get my back bigger. Okay. I said, all right, that's a deal. All right. So I don't know what he did, but he did some chicken. And yeah. It was all right. I only ate one piece of chicken. I only ate one piece of chicken. And child, I fell asleep. I don't know what they put in that chicken, but that chicken make me sleepy as a hell. God, I'm still sleepy. I had to eat one piece of chicken. Child, they put something in that chicken. That chicken made me sleepy in a motherfucker. Okay, so let's get back here. But it was good and fresh. And let's not talk about them biscuits. When I tell you, homeboy, he buttered those biscuits up himself. Those biscuits was out of sight. Okay. Those biscuits was good. Okay. Only was able to eat one because it was so thick and it was so fulfilling. Okay. I only ate one piece of chicken and one piece of biscuit. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get back to here. Boston Richie. Okay. He is a rapper. And you know, this thing just like Diddy. Now, y'all banned Diddy for putting pause on Cassie. I want to see that same energy when it comes to any other rapper or any man that's out here in the hip hop industry, especially to ban him. I don't want to see him on no interviews, no podcasts. You put your hands on a woman, it's Reynolds. Okay. But do you guys think they're going to have that energy for Boston Richie? Press 1 if you feel like they are. Press 2 if you feel like they are not going to do that. They ain't going to do it because they ain't never had that energy to cancel any cane that put pause on women. Okay. Now, some people may say, well, hey, well, what about the woman? She 19. She grown enough. She decided to be in this relationship. What about her? Well, she do have to take account. Listen. Stop being so desperate for a man. Have some standards. Richie, he has an anger problem. He is disrespectful. That 19-year-old have been disrespected by that man plenty of times before. This is not the first time. So why are you and her allowing men to disrespect you? Why are your standards so low that when a man call you a B, or when a man, get a nasty tone, you accept that shit? Why do you feel like you deserve it, or you just like that type of man? Now, we have to be honest here. There are women that go after these dog men. There are women that want these men. They say, can you put pause on me? And I think they're dealing with mental illness. Okay. There's a lot of people with mental illness on both sides of the spectrum. I think that he got something ill in his mind for putting pause on a girl and to dictate someone that you claim you love, you claim you want to protect, and this is what you do. And he got so comfortable, he decided to do it in public in front of everybody. People got their phones out. Okay, he don't give a damn. Okay. And see, you get with these type of men, they will take your life out of here. And some of y'all, that's your whole identity. You want to be with these thug men, and this thug man validates you as a person, and this is all for you. And I believe that your parents have done you a disservice. I believe the parents have dropped the ball because you're probably raised up in that toxic environment and you feel like this is normal. This is the thing to do. This is what men does, put pause on women. That's just what they do. I hear some girls say, if a nigga can't hit me, I don't want to be with him. Okay? I don't want no man that's going to be real nice to me and open the door for me and do all this. No, that's a weak ass simp. Okay? All right. So, honey, do you think this 19-year-old girl that's pregnant with his baby is going to leave him? Press 1 if she gonna leave him. Her name is Tatiana Chanel. Okay. Press 5 if she ain't gonna leave him. I don't think she gonna leave him. Hell. Now, people may say, well, she might have a change of mind. Everybody putting their 2 cents in it. Everybody dragging him. And maybe this will give her encouragement to do something different. Bullshit. She got a toxic mentality. That mind don't change overnight. Okay. She needs to be in a 12-step program. Okay. To train her mind to stop getting with and allowing men to like that, to treat her like that. She has to want better for herself. And oftentimes those type of girls, they be cool with it, but then they gonna feel bad for the dude. Well, don't be talking to my baby daddy like that. He ain't that bad. And then he gonna be like, see what you did, ho? You got all these mother effer talking shit about me, ho. That's why I check your butt, ho. You know what I mean? And you know how I was. You know how hard it is for me. I thought you was gonna hold me down. Thought you was gonna be my ride or die. You know what I mean? Okay. And then she gonna feel guilty, and she gonna feel like, well, maybe he can change because he need me right now. Dumb hoe. He just needs you for an image, hoe. Because when you get back with him, then people gonna shut the hell up. And he still want to have you because you ain't nothing but a prized possession for him. You ain't nothing but his trash. And they like they trash. They like to beat up their trash, throw their trash around. They like to do that. Okay. So hell, I think that she gonna continue to be with him just like Emily. How long was Emily with Fabulous when Fabulous knocked her teeth out? I mean, we seen this play. And then everybody keep telling y'all asses, leave these rappers alone. They ain't crap. They don't even like you. Hell, they don't even like women. Okay. But y'all asses ain't gonna learn because you want to be with this man with this money and this influence. And you think I don't know, it validates you. It makes you feel, I don't know, because your daddy done failed your ass. Your mama, I don't know. What the hell your mama doing? Okay. They said that her mama has allowed this relationship to go on. They said that this man been dating with this 19-year-old for years. Okay. We going back to when she was underage type of years. Okay. So honey, it's all a mess. And he has been propped in the community as a rapper. They're giving him fame, love. And like I said, they're going to do an outrage for a good month or two, and then it's going to slimmer down. Next thing you know, he's going to be on this magazine and that magazine. So I want to know, what are y'all thoughts about this? Let's get the likes up. I'm going to go through some of this. If you guys don't mind, disturbing allegations caught on video. A viral rapper, Boston Richie, aggressively grabbing the phone of his girlfriend while yelling in her face during a heated argument in front of everybody. Okay, so that was he was doing. Could you imagine? I couldn't have no nigga. First of all, it ain't gonna even go down where a man can think it's okay to disrespect me. Cause you know why? I got standards, ho. Okay, I got boundaries, bitch. Okay. So in the beginning, you have to lay down the rules. Okay. You can't just allow somebody to talk to you any type of way, or no. And you can't be so, I guess, starstruck where you have standards, allegedly, but are they enforced? It's just like rules. It's a lot of laws in the world, but they're not all enforced. That's why people break laws all the time, but they don't get in trouble because they're not enforced. Just like y'all standards. Y'all say y'all have standards and boundaries, then come with a man that you so infatuated with. It ain't nothing but lust. Okay. And then he does the things that's not on your list or not, under your standards, and you still giving this nigga a chance after you've been warned. Okay. So you going against yourself. You being disloyal to yourself. You disrespecting yourself. And how could you expect him to respect you if you disrespecting your damn self? I mean, you can, but he ain't going to do it if he's that type of guy. I have seen situations where girls have disrespected themselves, but the guy was like, no, just because you disrespect yourself, I don't see you in that light, and I want to elevate your mind. Okay. I want to put you on a better, see, that's the men I like. I like them type of men. Okay. But she ain't with that type of man. Okay. So, honey, it is sad in these streets, but that's how they like it. And I don't think they will ever change. But Boston Richie, first of all, he's going to come to me disrespectful in the beginning because he's entitled and he's cocky. And if he don't come at me disrespectful in the beginning, that means that he feel like he got to run game on me. And I'm going to clock that game in the beginning because I ask questions. Okay. I be asking questions. So y'all don't ask no damn questions. Y'all just be going along with the damn program like a bobblehead. Okay. Yes. Okay, you're trying to please him and you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to rub him the wrong way because if you do, you feel like he's going to cancel your ass. Okay, see, you playing your damn self. Cancel me, ho. Okay, cancel me. Okay. All right, because I'm not desperate for no ninjas. I ain't never been desperate for no ninjas. I ain't never been desperate for nobody, okay? I've always loved to pick myself first, okay? All right, and see, when you do that, you don't have to worry about no shit like this, okay? All right, I'm trying to give y'all some rules to prevent this bull crap. But some of y'all like this type of shit. Y'all love it, okay? And see, if you a type of hoe, a girl that like these type of dudes, and you like a man to go upside your head and cuss you out and disrespect you, we can't be cool. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I don't want to get a call 3 o'clock in the morning that you in the hospital. I'm not dealing with that shit. Okay, you're gonna stress me out. Okay. He think because he disrespects you, it's okay to disrespect me because of your standards and your boundaries. Hell no, I can't F with you, dog. Okay, I can't do it. I can't and I won't. I feel sorry for you. I will pray for you. But it ends here. You know why? Because I have standards and boundaries when it comes to association and friendship as well. Hello. Now, when it comes to family, it's a different tier. And I keep telling y'all that when it comes to my blood, it's different. Now I know a lot of y'all be like, well, F that blood too. F that blood too. Well, if my family was like yours, I would probably say F that blood too. But I got a good family. I love my family. My family have written for me. Okay. So I don't have the same relationship like some of y'all have with y'all family. However, if my family ever betrayed me or disrespected or come against the line, okay. But they have never done that. They always have rolled for me. Okay. And I appreciate my blood for that. Okay. All right. So let's keep on moving on. Physical confrontation. Through no blows was exchanged that night, but then I heard that after that, he was putting paws on her all that night because he was embarrassed. That embarrassed him. And then, they feel like, how dare you? See, if you would have just been obedient, bitch, if you just been obedient and did what I told you to do, I wouldn't have to slap that phone out your face. And see, when I did that, they all coming at me because it's your fault. It's your fault. You should have stayed your pregnant ass at home, ho. Okay? See, doing that bullshit. Okay? That's how they see it. Everything they do, every time they go upside your head, it's always going to be your fault because you did something, you said something, you didn't do something. You the cause, ho. Okay? You the damn cause. And I see it as this. Listen, you got in bed with that monster knowing he's a damn monster. He is a monster. So that I feel like people have to be accountable for. You know your man is a beast. You know he's a monster. You know he's disrespectful. Hell, you can't change no man. Stop with the delusion, okay? The delusion. Oh, well, I can change him for the better. I can nurture him. I can make him so sweet. That's a damn man. You can't change no man, okay? Okay, he has to want to be able to go in that direction himself. You can support and assist him if he is going towards that direction already, but he going right and you trying to get him to go left. Delusion. Okay, so let's keep on moving on. Now it's some situations where you gonna leave and he like, okay, baby, I'm gonna play it your way. You right. Bull crap. They lied. Didn't his ass lie to you the first time? And you gonna accept that lie again and again. Why you keep on accepting liars? He done told you who he was, a liar, and now you gonna believe him again. Okay, that's on you now. You believe in a lie. And you know he's a liar because he lied to you multiple times. You can't see the play. He just don't want your ass to leave. That's what he's going to say and pander to you, dummy. Okay? Get out your feelings, ho. Okay? Get out your feelings, bitch. Get out your goddamn feelings, ho. Okay, I'm trying to save your ass. Okay, see, your feelings gonna get you fucked up. All right, so let's keep on moving on. It says, Richie forcefully behavior and loud verbal attack alarm witnesses and drivers. Okay, that's the rapper in front of all those people. Friends intervened. People nearly quickly stepped in to de-escalate the situation. Physical separating Richie from Chanel. Now, you know it's sad when you have to separate a grown-ass man that's 28 years old and 19-year-old pregnant woman, okay? He was about to beat her in front of all those people. 28 years old, grown man, black king. And this is the man that she chose to protect her and provide for her. Only thing he gonna provide to you is some black eyes and a trip to the hospital and might be some ST. You know what? That's the only thing these niggas provide. They ain't protecting you. They putting you in harm's way. Okay. And you can't see it because you're so lonely and desperate for a man. Okay. All right. It says unclear cause of argument. Shit, it don't matter. She can look the wrong way. That nigga gonna go off. Let her ass look the wrong way. Let her ass question something. Let her ass breathe wrong. It don't matter. It don't matter. Okay? Hell. It don't even gotta be her fault. It could be somebody else's fault. I'm gonna take that shit out on you. Cause you my hoe. You mine, hoe. Okay? You know how they operate. And when you are getting involved with these men, that is what y'all sign up for. Come on now, y'all be seeing the play. I don't understand. But you know, everybody, I guess, love language. I don't call it love language, but you call it love language is differently. So here it is, troubling age difference. Boston Richie is 28 years old. Tatiana Chanel is 19-year-old. Fans accuse Richie of, getting her when she was real young. So where the parents at? And y'all need to cancel this man. I don't want to hear no bullshit. A lot of y'all are capping. Oh my God, cancel Boston, cancel Boston, cancel Boston, cancel. Well, cancel him then. Okay? Y'all just be talking shit. Because if y'all was really about that action, no way Boston, a rapper, would do this. Because he know if I do some shit like this, then they gonna cancel me. Just like these DL rappers know if they come out with another man, they ass getting canceled. If they get caught being with another man, they ass get canceled. I don't give a damn in this day and age. But that's why they ain't gonna play them games. Okay. But see, putting hands on a woman, it's allowed. Cause y'all allow that shit. Y'all be saying, and these men know the play. They know it. They know it. That's why they do it so often. Okay, they know it. So no public apology, especially with Andre Tate. They said this dude named Andre Tate, he's a big influencer, and he condones putting paws on women. Just like Kanye West, he condones it. And y'all love these type of men. So hell, blame yourself. Blame yourself, honey. Okay. Tatiana looked visible, shaken up. They said she looked embarrassed, proper, and concerned. Well, I gotta say, Tatiana, listen. Tatiana, don't call. She can call y'all. Don't call me, Tatiana. Don't call my motherfucking phone, okay? Because I know you're not serious. You and your feelings. You're gonna get back with him. Hell no. I have seen this play before. If you are that serious, his ass should be at bars. Have she put out a police report? Huh? Have she put out a police report on this man? Is this man about to be arrested? Huh? Huh? I mean, she can still file charges for the past times he hit her. She know what's going on. Shit, she got more money than me. She has more access than me. Okay, she ain't gonna do it. So don't call me on no board. Yeah, okay, call them other ones. All right. So that's how I feel about that. I'm so sorry for her, and I'm sorry for him, and I'm sorry for the whole situation. But honey, this shit is gonna go on again and again and again and again. All right, so I want to go on to the next case, but I want to see what you guys are saying. Thank you, Medea. What are y'all saying about this? She's rocking that pink hair. Okay, y'all, what's up, y'all? Now, I asked y'all, did y'all want to do a segment where I'm just doing personal conversation, and y'all chose celebrity news and crime. So this is a celebrity because it's Boston. He's a celebrity, and got some crime elements to it. All right, so what are y'all thoughts about it? Anybody have any thoughts? Are you guys liking the video? Can we get the likes up? Let's get the likes up, okay? Okay. I'm looking in the comment section. I want to see what you guys are saying about this. Y'all don't got nothing to say? All right. So I'm just going to move on. So the another case is on the board is about Takesha. Takesha, she's 42 years old. They said she was an ongoing church woman. She's always in the church. She's part of the praise dance team, the Bible study. I mean, she's a full-blown Christian, okay? She's always in the church. So they said the church is shaking up. And let me tell you why. Takesha is not here anymore. She's a mother of multiple girls, and her husband was the one that took her out. Her husband has been arrested for first-degree murder, okay? And the girl said that their father took out their mama. The father picked them up from the school, y'all. Okay, this is the day they would never see their mama again. He picked her up, picked the girls up from the school. Then he stopped somewhere. They said that he picked up some shells. He had the pow. I guess the girls didn't, they ain't think nothing of it. I'm assuming mommy and daddy always arguing, always fighting. It has become normalized. And these parents, y'all do no kids no favors when y'all normalize all that yelling, that arguing, that fighting amongst each other, because nobody gonna see the red signs because y'all always do this shit. Okay, so they said that they pulled up to the house. The mom was sitting on the porch. She got off the porch. She went in the house. She went to the bathroom, and he followed her. And when he followed her, he pulled out the pow, and he took her out. He left that bathroom. Everybody was like, what's going on? What's going on? And he said nothing. They went into the bathroom, and they saw their mama laying down. You know what? So that's just horrible, okay? And they said that she was asking for a divorce, but he would not sign the papers. He said, hell no, he not signing the papers. And his ass didn't even go to church like that. They said that this girl, Takesha, she was taking care of him when he was sick and ill. Like she's been holding him down for all these years, y'all. And that was her enemy, And this is just whoa, right? But it ain't whoa, because we heard this shit a time and time again. I mean, this is the song that never ends. It just go on and on, my friends. Some people started singing and I want to stop. Something in my throat. But what are y'all thoughts about that? I just think it's horrible. Listen, marriages is not what they crack up to be. These men are not what they crack up to be. They are take you out of here. These heterosexual men. I know the other day we was talking about Funky Dineva. A lot of people are saying, well, oh my God, homosexual men hate women. Well, what shit? If the homosexual men hate women, then damn, what is a heterosexual man doing? Huh? Because these heterosexual men killed his wife, okay, in front of the kids. Then the other heterosexual man putting paws on this pregnant woman, okay, 19 years old. So what do y'all call that from the heterosexual man? I'm just saying, it's all a mess. Ooh, it is all a mess. And I want to know what y'all think. I am Lansby Chopper Charlie Horse. Yeah, what you know about that? So I want to know, what do you guys think about this? Going back to that mom, she got married to that man, taking care when he had illnesses. Whoa, I feel like his name is what's his name? Lamar. Lamar has been putting paws Antonio. Lamar has been putting paws on her, has been disrespecting her, and I don't know why. Okay, let me think. Why do women get involved with these men that disrespect them? I guess because they mama has been disrespected by these men. They feel like a man ain't a man if he ain't disrespecting them or putting them down, or they feel like they just need a man because back in their day and still today, it's like you're not a woman if you don't got a man. Having a man, it makes you a woman, So, and this is a lot of push to have a man or you gonna die alone. And they get so desperate, they just get with any man, even if they disrespecting them, and they feel like this is how it's supposed to go. Because they don't know any other way. They have always seen men put paws on women. They have always seen men failing They're women. Okay. These heterosexual men felling their women. What is up? What is up? Ooh, I tell y'all, leave these kings and men alone. Okay. Just go pray. Join, be a nun. You're better off being a nun because she was a church woman. She was better off just being a nun, just giving her life to Jesus, just being a nun and just leaving these men alone because these nuns are not getting killed like this. You can still be your religion, but at least you live for a long time and then your whole work, your purpose is bringing people to Christ and doing, kindly things versus getting taken out by your husband in front of your kids and your mama have to call 911 and say her daughter. I mean, this is horrible. And I'm not understanding. If you're a Christian woman, you don't have discernment. You don't know you're sleeping with the enemy. You don't know you're sleeping with the devil. Hell, half of these husbands don't even go to church with y'all. And if they go to church to y'all, they don't want to go to church, but they just going to please your ass. Okay. Because they're not down with that program. They'd rather watch football than go to church. Okay. Now that speaks volumes, right? Right. But you're still involved. You're still involved. It's ludicrous. It don't make no sense to me. But I don't got to deal with that. It don't make no sense though. All right, so here it is. Come on, bring the comments, y'all. Women don't realize when you do anything small to them, they don't forget it. And are forgive, they wait to take you out. Well, all she wanted was her freedom. That's what people are saying. All she wanted the freedom. But in his mind, it's like, hell no. Men don't like rejection. Straight men do not like rejection. They will take you out of here. If you go to the grocery store or the gas station and a straight man try to holler at you and you don't, you be like, I'm good. They call you all types of bitches. They'll throw beer cans at your ass. They'll get cuss you out. Okay. They say, I'm going to slap your ass next time I see you, ho. Okay. All because you did not take to their heterosexual advances. Okay. So, and she wanted a damn divorce. And I guess, did he have to death do us part? I don't know. But did he think about them damn kids? He ain't think about the kids. He ain't think about his mama-in-law. Shit, if I was a mom, the mom said she called the 911 and she said, my son-in-law. I would not call him my son-in-law. Did the mom, did you try to get her to get out of this situation a long time ago? Or was you just okay with it and you just said, hey, this is just how straight men are. They whoop your ass from time to time, And then some people like Drea. I remember one time it was about Megan Thee Stallion and she got her foot shot. And Drea was like, I wish I had a man to, shoot me if I was going to leave him. So you do have these women out here. They do want a man to take them out of here if they decide to leave because they so desperate to have somebody just to be all into them, to give them attention. I don't know. Maybe they didn't get attention from their dad. That's why they so hungry for these men's attention. And then these men give them so much attention, these men become obsessive. And when a man become obsessive, to death do his part. He gonna take your ass out of here. You try to leave. They've been trying to get divorced for 5 years. That's not new. Ooh, wait, trying to get divorced. What at this point, hell, she should have just ran for the border, She should have just ran away. But I guess she said, I got kids I got to think about. Hell, this your life. But I don't know what she could have did in this situation with crazy ass Lamar, these straight men. Just say no. No wonder why that female rapper. Do y'all remember that female rapper? She chocolate. She was like, she don't want to date no straight man. The straight man got mad. Well, shit, can you blame her? Every day you hear these straight men killing their wives, killing their girlfriends. Hell. Okay, shit. Oh, and then I had an argument with this one man, right? He gonna say, well, you haven't seen how the lesbians just take each other out of here. Cause I said that, right? He thought I was a fucking lesbian. Okay. So he's like, you shouldn't see I said, man, lesbians are not even accepted around the globe. Okay. It does not even compare to all these men killing these women, killing their wives, killing their daughters, and for all these years. But he said, well, with the percentages, it's a small percentage of lesbians versus a whole bunch of heterosexual men. Most of the world is filled with heterosexual men, and they will take your ass out of here. And then people were talking about some, well, they don't understand, are these men gay? Because it's this narrative that if a man kill you, if a man hurt you, he must be homosexual. And I'm like, is you stuck on stupid? I mean, back in the day, traditionally, the men possibly were homosexual, but it was a small percentage of homosexuals, but majority of them was heterosexual. And heterosexual men have always dominated women, taking their rights, having control. They feel like it's their nature, right of order. So this is what men traditionally has always done. Killed women if they lied, had different laws and rules for women versus their own men. It's always been like that. And there were heterosexual men. I'm like, damn, what is wrong with you? Okay. And then when you go to religion, even most religions, they feel that men should have dominion over women. And then I believe in the Christian world, they believe, I think I seen somewhere in this book where they said that God cursed women to make men have dominion over them all the days of their lives. So people always, push that agenda when you go to the Muslim countries and all these religious countries. Shit, in China, shit, they all, put down their women. They want their women to be in a certain order. And a lot of women, they were raised that way, and they adhere to it. So I don't think that all these men around the world are homosexuals. That's just tradition. That is their beliefs, and that's what they push, and that's what time they on. Okay, read a book, ho. Okay. Oh, back in the day, they used to take you out of here if you assumed a man was a homosexual. Yeah, back in the day, if you called a man a gay, they would probably take your ass out of here and it would be legitified. You shouldn't have called that man gay, even if he was or if he wasn't. That's seen as you need to be put in your place as a woman. You don't talk to no man like that. And those were ran by heterosexual men. All right. So let's keep on moving on. All right. Well, anything else you guys have to say? Anything else? Comment, let me know your thoughts on everything, you guys. Did you have some fried chicken from KFC today? Yes, I did. I did. I had one piece of chicken. It was good. It was fresh. They effed up my order, but then they got it right and it was fresh. It was good. And it made me sleepy. I did. Okay. All right. Exactly. It's become a way of life, learned behavior. Yeah. And you have Andre Tate, Kanye West, they want to push those agendas because it benefits them as a man to have dominion over women and to put a certain group down. People get off on putting groups down, groups that they see as less than. When I put that group down, I feel powerful. I feel emboldened. When we all equal, I feel less than. I feel insulted when we all on the same level. The men say, bitch, we not on the same level, ho. I was born with nuts, okay? So I'm better than. And I got to put you in your place, okay? That is just how they have been pushed and taught in a lot of religion. They encourage that type of behavior. All right. Muslims created by the Arabs, copied off our original way of wives and nothing one. Okay. I know you're supposed to respect your husband, but being his slave, heck no. And what was he doing before he got with me? Well, a lot of people feel that in a lot of religion, feel like you should be obedient to your husband. Okay. If you don't argue back and forth with your man, okay? That's masculine. You trying to act like a man. You trying to be like a man. You want to have leadership in the house. You want to tell the man how to park his car. You want to tell the man what to do when to cut the grass. You want to tell the man about these bills. It's the way you talk to a man. Okay. You still got to make that man feel like he the man. Okay. You got to come to that man all sweet and nice, change your tone, put a smile on your damn face all the time. Okay? When you talking to a man, be pleasant. Okay? And if you want to ask a man something, you want to suggest to a man something, you make him feel like it's his idea. You don't got no damn ideas. He a man. You approach it like it's his idea. You stroke his ego. He don't stroke yours. This world is messed up. That's the mindset of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Come on. Y'all see I'm trying to get into the algorithm. I'm trying to do some things. This is true. They do be saying that. I'm going to avoid religious talk and just listen. I'll be touchy since it's a lot of different practices out there. Well, it is a lot of different practices. And even when 1 or 5 people say they are a Christian, they all don't believe the same thing because Christianity is so popular and it's been so divided that people believe differently. I mean, you cannot tell a Christian from a worldly person. I just can't tell. Now, I grew up that, if worldly people are wearing blue, we don't wear blue because, bitch, we ain't like them. Okay. They listen to that music. We don't listen to that music. We purposely set ourselves apart from the world. Okay. The non-Christian people, they always complaining about life. We uplift God. We're so thankful. Thank you, Jesus. We give you glory. We so nice and pleasant. Nowadays, child, you can't tell the difference. I don't know. See, Christians back in the day, they didn't wear wigs. Okay, they wore natural hair, honey. Okay. Now the Christians in the pulpit, they got the pink hair, the red hair, they got the BBLs, girl. They got shit. You don't know the difference. Okay. The attitude's the same. They talking the same. They going to the same nightclub. Okay. Okay. Party over here. What? Party over here. Okay. What else y'all got to say? I came in with thumbs up. I know that's right, Shell. Come on, Shell. Okay. Some of the Christian men are worse than the worldly men. True. Well, yeah, I can't tell the difference, but I've been hearing a lot of pastors been taking advantage of little boys. Okay, and they're married and taking advantage of little girls and doing a lot of horrible things in the church. Okay, I'm thinking about Dwayne. What's his name? Dwayne, the one that sued TD Jakes. He got a wife and kids too, allegedly. He was caught messing with those boys. It's a lot of them in the church. Okay, I hear a lot of straight men don't even go to church, honey. They say the women then took over, and the women and the homosexuals, I guess. Okay. All right. Well, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else we got to say? All right. So, what do you guys want me to talk about tomorrow? Do you guys want me to continue? Do you guys want me to do some celebrity hot gossip tomorrow? True crime? What do y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Okay. Yeah, Bishop Eddie Long. Yeah. I mean, it's so many. I can't keep up. It's so many. Whew. I'll tell you one thing. This wig is an old wig, and the cap is kind of tight. I want to snatch this shit off. I'm about to snatch this shit off, dog. Okay. Okay. I got a whole different new wigs, and they're very comfortable, and they got the new. See, this the old, but it was so nice and cute, and I thought I went with my lip color, so I decided to rock it. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Well, anything else y'all got? Let me look at the likes. Have y'all been liking this video? Okay. Let me see if I have to. Where the likes at? Uh, Okay, the lights are all right. We could do better, but I appreciate it. Okay, you make my evening. Oh, thank you, Andre. Any other questions before I let you guys go? Any other questions or remarks you guys want me to read? Please let me know. Diana said, stop looking for a man, let God and let go. Well, Diana, this is what I would say, okay? Especially for Christians, okay? I would say this. Get yourself in order. Get yourself in order first. What do you mean by that? Meaning that if you are in the spirit realm as a woman, as a Christian, as a Christ, you're going to be so turned off by worldly men. You're going to be so turned off by trying to attract them. You're not going to want to dress like worldly women. You ain't going to be putting pictures of your behind out, trying to capture any type of man because you have standards. And you know, when you put yourself out there like that, you're going to attract demons. You're going to attract all these perverts. And you don't want that. You want to keep yourself sacred. So your walk is going to be different, your talk is going to be different, and it's going to cut down a lot of men that feel like they can get you because you're easy. Now, being said that, you still have to be concerned and you have to have a spiritual eye of discernment because you do have some guys that are evil demons, and they're not going to come like the worldly men. They're going to come like the Christian man that you want. Okay, so you have to look into the spiritual realm and to really figure out, is this the man for you? Is this the man that God have sent to you? I believe one of the big things is fornication. If he wants to fornicate with you, sex before marriage, he's not a man of God. I don't care what he says or what he does or how he explains it. It says right there, clear as day. And if he cannot control his flesh, then what makes you think when you give your life to him in his hands, he can't even control his flesh before he gets you? You know he can't control his flesh after he gets you. So hell no. No. But see, you say you're spiritual, but then you still falling on hard times when it comes to fornication and still spreading your legs up. I don't get that part. If you so sold out for Jesus. See, I was raised in a time we were sold out, okay? We were sold out. We was on fire, okay? We wasn't on fire on Monday from the instruments, and then on Tuesday we cold. And then, nah. It was our lifestyle. It was our every single day. Nowadays, shit, y'all are hot when that band and that drumming from that music. Then when you get home, you're on that internet doing all this weird worldly stuff. And you looking at shit, you going back and forth with people. You're not separating yourself. So you really have to do, the work if you really want to get in a certain realm and a dimension. Now, where you go, Shelly? Shelly, I thought you was going to come up here. I guess you decided to change her mind. Ooh, Shelly. All right. Keep talking about that Angie Stone tomorrow. Ooh, Angie Stone. Ooh, when I tell you, I'm so mad. They are trying to silence paperwork. They are trying to silence everybody and threatening too. When I tell you we got so close to that case, but honey, they are willing to take us out of here and put us down before we continue to find out the truth. And there's only one individual that's not getting hit with these papers. And you know who it is. And that lets you know a lot. So I'm gonna see how this shit plays out. I already know what the play is, okay? But honey, the people gonna stay getting bamboozled. They're gonna stay listening to lies, honey. They're gonna stay listening to lies. Ooh, shout out to paperwork. Okay. Okay, Shelly Boo, you coming up here? Okay, Shelly, what's up, baby?
What's up? You look good tonight.
Hey, thank you, baby.
Yeah, I like them colors.
Hey, thank you, Miss Shelly. I appreciate you, boo.
Yeah, I was having technical difficulties. They
I,
don't like me.
I,
They don't like me to get on here no more. They've been messing with my equipment.
well, I love when you get on here, Shelly. I want you to always get on here. You hear me?
Yeah. Now you talking about these guys, right?
Right.
They got these mental issues. Now they always talk about we bashing guys. So let's go with this theory. Do you think it's the chemicals in the food or the water or something that make these guys just go off and harm women?
No, I feel like it's the propaganda that's been pushing around, like Andre Tate and their upbringing, seeing their daddy mistreat their mama, seeing their daddy not being around, not giving a care, seeing how women are always okay, not okay, but they stay in these relationships that the man steady disrespecting them, and these little boys see that shit, and they think in their mind, oh, that's how I treat them. And then you have grown men that will talk to little boys and have them thinking this way about women. And that is what these grown men are doing. They are teaching these little boys how to treat women, how to sexualize women, you know, how to get
Yeah.
away with different stuff. It's the grown
Yeah.
men that's also pushing and teaching. You should hear some of these grown men. Well, let me tell you about your mama. Your mama ain't shit. She always doing, and it's disgusting. But go ahead, Shelly.
Yeah, I just asked that question because, like, some of the people that hear our conversations, they always, even the women, they'll say, well, y'all be talking about the bad ones. I got a good one. So it's rare, but for the ladies that have a good one, they don't like when we talk about these men. But the proof is here. The proof is in the pudding.
Why they don't
These
like
are,
talking about these men? We're not talking about your man. Or are you one of those women? Your man dog you out, and you want to front and you want to put a blind eye because you deal with the bullshit. You want everybody else to fall in line and deal with the bullshit. You want everybody to conform. You don't want nobody to complain about it. And that's very telling for those girls that get upset that people are talking about these demons, okay, that are
yeah.
harming these women, that are scaring them, manipulating them. I mean, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and it's factual. That's the argument they make when we tell them that a lot of more blacks is being harmed than any nationality. They got that argument. Oh no, no, they're not. It's just some. The media only shows a lot of us, but I'm like, no, you live in it. You know what I mean? You are living it. You can see the difference between how we're being treated according to any other nationality. But this is the arguments that a lot of people like to have.
Well,
But
ask
the proof
them
is,
this, Shelly. Ask them this.
yeah,
Go down to every woman you know in your family and say, have you ever been hit by a man? Have a man ever disrespected you, calling you the B word? And most of them would say, yes, they have been hit by a man. They have been threatened
right.
by a man. They have been disrespected by a man. So that just stop that bull crap. Because to be honest, Shelly, most black women don't report. These cases are going unreported because most black women, they have this mentality, they want to be down with they do, and they feel like the more bullshit they take, the more they sacrifice, the more their feelings get involved, the more they end up having a mental illness, and they feel like the more the man gonna appreciate them, the more bullshit they take from that man, and that is a delusion.
It is an illusion because they can see. Listen, the men tell them all the time that's honest. They say it don't matter what you do. I have a desire to do what I want to do and be around more females. They tell them that straight to their face. And the woman will make up this fantasy in her head. Oh, he don't mean it. But the men, some of the men actually tell the women, you know, I'm going to have more than you. And the women will still be right there trying to change them.
Mm. Now, I don't understand that. Why? So you're calling that man a liar. If he telling you straight in your face, then you're delusional. He just told you what it was, and you purposely want to be ignorant to live in your fantasy of delusion. And then when you get hurt or something happen, you want to cry victim when this shit could have been prevented.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand why these females wouldn't want a guy that's nice to them, that look out for them, take them somewhere, spend money on them. You know, I'm thinking you want somebody that you could be proud of and happy with. But when I talk to some of these young ladies, they be like, I don't even know what that is. So I said, well, why don't you learn how you need to be treated? Because some of them don't even know. They don't even know what they want, who they want, what it takes, or anything. So they have to know before they can confront these guys and say, hey, I'm not going to be treated like this. You need to move on. And
I,
then if he about that life and he want to put pause, it should be men around in the family that knock him the bump out.
yeah, but oftentimes these men in the family ain't crap and they not around. They're selfish. They've been raised and they're spoiled. They're entitled and they want to be treated like queens.
Well, this is getting old. This should all be old for ladies. It should be old for you to be altering your body. Look at Vivica Fox. She done now. I mean, she done alter her body. Nothing was wrong with Vivica Fox, but she done alter her body at this age. I guess so that she could draw a younger man. I don't know what the problem is with Vivica.
Let's stop that shit. They don't want no old, big old butt. If you want to draw a young man, just give him the cash. Okay. Bring him the cash. But you getting an old, big old butt trying to make yourself a sex symbol, you're just going to bring out more people that's going to fetishize against you. And you're just placing yourself as a freak hole. You will want a man
Yeah.
who wants you for your mindset, want you for the experience you bring, want you because you're nurturing or he just desire. He want to see you do your best, but not because of your butt. Why would you want to draw a man to have a big butt? You know how many big butt bitches out here? If he with you because you got a big butt, he been with all these other motherfuckers with big butts. And then a lot of these men, I love these big butts. They are nasty and freaky. Okay. They want to play in your butt. They want you to do all types of shit with that ass. Why would you want to attract men like that? But some, like maybe she a freak. And you know what? I think she is a freak because then don't she like to eat ass?
Well, that's what he said. I don't know if she did it, but that's what he said.
I'm
Because
convinced,
sometimes,
I'm convinced Shelly, if she getting her BBL, she probably a freak and she probably play a lot. She eating ass. I believe she
yeah.
eating ass.
And see, now look how bad that turned out because he told on her. That should be sacred. I don't do no crap like that, but I'm saying that these men that say what the women doing in the bedroom is dirty, low down dirty, because why would he do that to her?
Uh,
Telling her
to,
business.
to expose her, to let everybody know she's not all this princess that she cracked up to be. Because a lot of women I'm hearing are eating butts more and more and more. I don't do that shit either. Okay, this mouth is made for fried chicken, candy yams. It's not made for asshole that shit come out of. Okay.
Nah, they going too far. You know what? These people just do what other people do.
Oh.
They copycats. They just do what other people do.
They do it because they feel like they can keep a man that way. They want to do something that other girls don't do. So it's like a big bonus on them. You're just reducing yourself to a freak. Okay.
Yeah,
But
but that's too far.
the standard of these dudes are not, I mean, I don't understand. Most of them, but if y'all like it, y'all like it. I love that y'all like it. I love that for y'all. Okay. I love that for y'all because you guys enjoy it. They enjoy y'all. I don't bring that shit my way, but I love that for y'all.
No, I don't like that. I mean, I think they go too far. I think they just do what they hear other people doing. I mean, because that's disgusting. That's the waste area. Why in the world would you be doing something like that? You talking about keeping a man? Did that keep him?
Well, they say a man in the butt is a prostate, and that's just his G spot. And a lot of men, they enjoy getting their backside ate. It's an enjoyment for them, and these girls, they are willing to do whatever they got to do to please these men, even if it's disrespecting them own self. They're willing to do it to please these men. They like to please the men. I'm a pleaser, but I'm not that pleaser. And maybe I'm not a pleaser because I just want to do one way, one thing. I'm not a freak. I'm not about to do all this shit. And if you do that shit, I don't want to deal with you in that way. If you out here eating ass, don't kiss me. And then I don't want them lips nowhere near me. So I don't
Right.
think we should even go farther. And I do discriminate. And it's okay because this is my body and this is my temple. So I decide and dictate. Only way if they lie to me, oh well. But most likely they're not gonna lie because they think everybody is with that shit. And then when they tell me, I don't act like I'm disgusted. I be like, oh, okay, you know. But in my mind, be like,
Nah, we discuss all that. If I get to date a man and get involved with a man, we discussing all that before I go long haul with him. Cause he gonna understand if you want all that crap out there and you done been with other lovers, I'm not down with that. So he has to go somewhere else for that. The most I'm gonna do for him is a massage and he can come and get a massage. That's it.
And I hear this argument too, because I feel this way. They say, well, see, that's why your man gonna cheat on you and he gonna do it with somebody else that you ain't gonna do. Cause what you won't do, the next bitch will. And I said, well, let that bitch do it. But
Yeah.
when I find out it's Reynolds,
Right.
I did not ever
Right.
find out. Okay. And shit. And I will hope to be with a man with integrity. Okay, to say, hey, listen, this is what I love to do. I know this is not what you into. So we can just go our I'm not desperate for no man. So I'm okay
No.
saying my goodbyes. I don't care.
No, because you never know if they doing that with someone else. So you protect yourself from disease and everything.
Well,
If a
Shelly, they
man,
are doing it with someone else. Ain't no if.
right,
If they into that,
right,
if a man want, if he into it, he gonna find a way. Even if he gonna lie, betray you. I just whether if that's what you into, go and do that and just leave me alone. I'm not gonna be an option for you, and I don't want an option. So that's just how I feel about that. Especially if that lips, I don't even kiss. It takes I gotta really trust you and like you to allow you to put them lips on me or put them lips anywhere. Because I don't know. Okay, you got a lot of eaters and a lot of niggas that eat, they be like, I want to eat you. You know what I mean? Because they feel like that's the
yeah,
way to have access to your body is to also
right,
eat. And I'm like,
right,
no, thank you. I'm not into that shit. But then I know you eating other people and you eat
right,
people that thought that mindset, damn, you just ate that person, then you're gonna put that mouth on me. You just
right,
that kind of freaks me out. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I used to get that. I used to hear that all the time. If I never wanted to date a guy or something, he would offer that and trying to get in every way he could. But I would just tell him, if I'm not interested, I'm not interested. So you doing that to me ain't even going to turn me on because I'm not interested.
Yeah, and I say, listen, you better off just asking to pay my cell phone bill. I mean, come on, okay, you or my car note. I mean, that's a better option. I will entertain that. Or we
Yeah,
can go out, we can do stuff, but we're not hitting the bed sheets, okay?
right,
That
right.
that's off the board. And then I feel like if you're trying to get with me in the bed sheet, you ain't nothing but a freak anyway. And I feel like if I want to have freaky time, I'm gonna decide who I want to freak with. Okay.
That's right.
I
That's
have
right.
lists that I can call to get my freak on. And I know what they into. Now shit can change, but I know I'm not we only gonna freak. And I like my freak for my freak. Okay. I got a list of freaks. So I
Right.
want you to add more to the freaks, okay?
And they hate that us women have those options these days, because it used to be a time where they said women didn't have an option. They just had to deal with men, their husbands, the way they were.
Mhm.
But now that everybody is like, open to whatever, women have choices now. So now the men all upset, talking about, where's the real women at? We just got freaks out here. Well, you demanded freaks. Now you done turned most of the women you deal with a freak. Now you can't handle that. Because
That's
now she not just freaking with you. When you missing in action, she gonna get another freak.
But that's
So
that
they
game
done
they like to play. They like to have all the rules. They can do whatever they want to do, but they want to limit you and dictate what you can do and what you cannot do. They want to have
right.
control. It's not
Yeah,
about love. It's not about appreciation. It's not about partnership. It's not about respecting one another. It's about control.
right. And that done got old. You see how the younger women are, they move different. They doing everything under the sun. So now the men are complaining. But that's what they get. Because when they had wholesome women, they wanted to turn them into freaks because they was carrying their butt to the strip club. They come on to a church woman and said, baby, put this on. I want you to flip upside down. They knew that woman wasn't that type of woman. That's why they married her. They didn't want no freak, but they turned that woman out, and then she become more freaky than what they can handle, and now they got another problem. So I say, let people be who they are. Don't try and change them, and you get with what you really about. Don't be fooling these women. They church women, and then you go try and turn them out and wonder why they done got that way, and now you want them to flip back to church. It don't work that way. Go
I
with what you know.
I agree with you, and I think I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I also feel like on the other side, men, they want what they want, even if they know you may not like that. They may try to persuade you, and it's up to you as a woman to know in your mind. You know what? I don't know. I'm very strict. So even if man, Shelly, do you know how many niggas I done blocked?
I
Listen,
can imagine. I can imagine.
hold on, Shelly. One thing I cannot take, and I don't know what it is, but I can't take this shit. I will block you instantly. Okay. If you FaceTime me, or if I call you and you FaceTime and you sitting on a damn toilet, I can't stand that shit.
Well, that's disrespectful. Who does that?
Some of these niggas, I hang up immediately and block.
I would too.
I can't get that image out my mind. You sitting there,
That's just trifling, G.
that's
No man or woman should be sitting on a commode talking to nobody. That's private. And I find a lot of people like to talk about that. I'm like, what? Y'all some weirdos. Who talks about bowel movements? You grown, you know what you gotta do. Why is you talking to a potential lover about bowel movements? I hear people do that all the time. I'd be like, you're a weirdo.
y'all
One
don't
girl said,
it turned me off. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just going to say, like one girl said that if her lover, whether it was man or woman, because she liked both, she said if her lover didn't do that around her where she knows them in that way, she don't want to date them because she concerned with that. And I said, you a weirdo. Everybody know what they got to do. They human, they grown, but why do y'all keep protesting? I got to know what you're doing in there. That's weird.
Yeah,
But you got weird people like that.
I'm so opposite. If you give me that too much of yourself, it turns me off and I can never get that out my head and I'm not interested.
And see, a lot of women need to learn that, G. They don't know that. Men are convinced them, I want you to do everything around me, right? But that's a trap. They trying to see if they could really deal with that female with her realness. Her realness. And then when that female drop her guard, take her wig off, go to the bathroom, do all the things this man told her to do, then he dumps her. Because he sees that, like you said, that stay in their mind. And they be like, oh, she was too real. So always keep some mystery. You always keep some mystery, right? About yourself. Keep it clean and keep mystery. Because don't let a man know everything. I'm telling you what I know. Not from me, because I don't do no low down dirty stuff like that. I'm talking about women that I've been around and they got dumped by a man because they was too real. That man want to see your beauty. Don't believe that shit when he say, I want to see you at your worst and all that bull. He lying. Because once you show him everything, he feel like he done conquered. You don't leave no mystery about yourself. He going to see you in a different light, and it is not going to be good. So, so ladies, take that and put that in your pocket and keep it. Do not show a man everything, and do not tell him everything. Because I can guarantee you he is not telling you everything and will never tell you everything. So if you ladies slip up sometimes, you might have, ex or somebody gave you a kiss or something went down, keep your mouth shut. Stop telling him everything. This man is not going to respect you because you telling him everything. That trips me out when women say, oh, well, I messed up and I got a kiss, or I messed up and I drank something and someone done my toes. Whatever went down, keep your mouth shut. Because I guarantee you that man is not telling you everything he experienced out there. If he went out with the boys, if he's at the strip club, wherever he's at, trust me, a woman done rubbed up against him. He might even have got a BJ or something, but he don't feel like that's cheating unless he penetrate. So y'all ladies need to keep your mouth shut. If something happened out there, or something happened with an ex, or something happened, keep your mouth shut. That's why y'all getting beat down and everything. You run your mouth too much. That man don't tell you everything, and never believe he is telling you everything.
And I would add to that, Shelly, when you tell a man all this, what he's going to do is he's going to be like, oh, okay. See, he's going to start cheating and doing stuff, and it's going to make him more comfortable. He's not going to tell you, but he can sleep at night knowing, well, you did that. He's always going to remember. He's never going to let it go, because men never let shit go. They would tell you, but they never going to let that go. And that is going to be his reason to be more comfortable when he does step out, because you did X, Y, and Z. But he's not going to about his. Okay? He's just going to weaponize your truth against your ass. Duh.
Right. They use what you tell them against you. Stop all that. You can't be on a level with a man that you on with your best friend or your female friend. Forget that. You and your man is never going to be on the same level. Oh, I can tell him anything. Men think differently. They're waiting to set your behind up to hear your flaws. And I guarantee you, when the arguments start, they're going to throw that flaw all over you. That's going to be their justification for slipping up or whatever else they're doing. As long as y'all keep a manner of respect, you don't tell everything. Your relationship will work, but you women run your mouth too much. And I hear men say, oh, go ahead, baby.
Shelly Boo taking the side of the man, shame on her. She's not taking the side of the man. She's just taking the side of the truth.
I'm not taking the side of the man. I'm all for women's rights. I'm telling y'all that the men is playing y'all. They don't tell y'all everything. Y'all say, oh, well, if I tell him everything, he gonna love me. Men love differently. They don't love you because you telling them everything. They might love you because you can cook. You can get in that kitchen and burn. Wait till a man's heart is through his stomach. I know a lot of women that they could burn. That man be right there. But I'm not on the man's side. I'm telling y'all talk too much. And I know it's hard to hear that, but I'm just telling you, I have friends that come to me and they done told this man everything, poured their heart out, and he used it against them. And he do not want to see y'all real. I mean, that real. Your wig off, whatever y'all doing over there. Always keep a sense of class. I'm telling you what I know.
I would never tell a ninja everything or all things. And just because I don't trust them, and you just can't trust anybody. And people, things don't last forever. You have to realize that even if it's the best thing you've ever had, it is a possibility it can go sour. And when it goes sour, These men run their mouth more than women. They will gossip about you. They will put you
Yes.
out. So no, 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 no. It's gonna take time for me. And
It used to be a time when a man wouldn't speak on this woman in fear that another man would slip behind his back and get at you. You know, it used to be like a Jody. Y'all remember that song Jody by that man where he said he would go to work and the other man was slipping his door while he at work and he didn't know it, and he would be backdooring him with his woman. That's because Jody was running his mouth talking about how good of a woman he had, how good she was in bed, and how she cooked. So if you're running your mouth telling other folks, it's going to be a Jody slip in your back door when you ain't home, or slip somewhere where your mate is. It could be at work. I'm just telling y'all, I've been working around men all my life. Most of my jobs been around men. And I have seen it, heard it, and watched it. That's why I'm telling y'all what I know. You cannot tell a man everything. He do not appreciate it.
you sure right.
And then the ladies want to say, I'm on the man's side. No, oh, who that? Which one of the girls? Who that? Magic?
Nah, that Detroit. Miss Detroit, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You want to
Miss-
say, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not your superwoman. Remember that song from back in the day?
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I gotta turn this down before you cuss me out real quick.
All right. You want me to come back to you? You ready?
Nope, 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 nope.
Something's
There I
going
go.
on.
Here I go.
Something's going on.
Hey y'all.
What's up?
How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, it's Sunday. You know what it is.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be that calm down night, but I got a lot of energy.
I think the men messing with the line because they got us sounding like robots over here. I think they don't like what we talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well,
I don't know.
what we're
I
talking
think
about. I think the only reason why is because, okay, we're telling these girls what's really going on, how they really operate, and they won't be able to manipulate them like they would like to. They want them to be more blinded and deaf and dumb so they can run all these games and have more control. And it's a benefit to them when they have
random on me.
access, have that control, you know? They
Right.
they feel more comfortable. They don't have to be accountable for anything. They can just
Right.
have it their way, like Burger King.
Yes, yeah, I got a little bit too much. I'm on 50. I gotta let me. I'm still learning, but I got some wisdom over here.
Well, Miss Detroit,
You want to say
is
Detroit?
that's Miss Detroit, right?
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to see what did Miss Detroit, what did you want to say?
Basically, I want to come, kind of touched on what y'all was saying. About the men and how they wanna uh
What happened?
I guess.
Well,
Go
think
ahead.
about it more, Miss Detroit. Think about it more, okay? All right. So Shelly, any last words?
Protect. Well, I don't know if I can say that word. I go tell the ladies what word can we use? Well, protect your carpet. Can we use that word?
Okay.
Yeah. Protect your hot box, ladies.
Uh,
Stop giving it up and make them work for it. Y'all forgot how to make a man work for it. If he really wants you, he's going to work for it. Stop giving it up so easy and so free.
mhm.
And stop telling them everything.
Giving it up so easy. Is it
They
because
talking about you.
it's because they really, horn dogs as well? When I was growing up, women wasn't seen, they wasn't that horny. But now it definitely seemed like, women are more horny than these men are. I hear men say, yeah, women, they just want to hook up too, So are the women now, they just want to get their rocks off too?
Well, it has a lot to do with the opening of all the strip clubs, all the freaky shows, everything on TV showing having sex and all that. So they see it. It turns them on because now all of the porn is wide open on regular TV. So everybody know porn turns you on. So that's why all the freaks is out.
All corn, let's call it corn. All corn doesn't turn me on. It's just selective corn. I
Yeah,
don't.
selective corn. But I'm saying nowadays you can get all the corn you want every way you want it with a click of a button.
Kelly, if I'm
That's
if I'm
huh?
if I'm watching corn, okay, to me,
Uh-huh.
it's like, okay, why do I need to call Jimmy over? I can just watch this corn, get it over with, and I can be more focused, okay? Because I don't
Well,
be horny all day and all night. I don't want to wait to Jimmy to come over. Okay, yeah, Jimmy knocking my backs off, but then I feel cheated myself. What am I getting out of deal?
yeah, but we talking about these freaks in the street where
Yeah.
men saying women more freaky, right? Women is more freaky because it's all over the television, it's all over the internet, it's all over. So if they don't have a man, they watching it, right? So now a lot of them do want the real body flesh on top of them because well, what can we say? This SCX or whatever, it's all over the place now. Even the children see it. That's where all this freaky coming
I don't
from.
like watching it on TV. Like when I'm watching regular TV, I fast forward all sex scenes. And if you kiss too long on TV, I fast forward it. I don't know. I just don't like watching it. I don't like
You just
it's
tired. You
intimate.
tired of it. You
No,
probably
I'm
tired of it
tired of
because
it.
I'm tired of seeing it.
I was never into it. And I don't know, okay, so when I was young, right? We were watching movies. And there my family cover my face, cover my ears, go to the room, hurry up, get in the room.
Yeah.
You can't see that shit. So I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with it because then it was a point in my time growing up. I'll be watching TV because I want to see that part. But now I don't know. I don't like to see it at all. I don't like to see it. It just makes me cringe. I'm like, ew. Like I don't want to see them doing it. I don't want to see them kissing. I mean, you could still tell the story without doing all this, I feel. So it's
Yeah, that's true.
away from the storyline. It gets me distracted. It does not make me horny. It does not make me feel. It just makes me want to be like, can you not put the scene in? And can we just get back to the drama? Because I'm here to see the drama. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see my share of it, but I think like 'cause somebody just asked it, somebody named Mark just asked, do I be watching it too? Um, Sometimes, not all the time. But I guess the guys I've dated, like they thought that would amp something up if I watched it, but I'm more of a romantic, so I don't really need to watch it. I don't really need to. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody at this point in stage of the game know how to please someone. So I just kind of want more of the heart and the mind to be truthful. I like more romantic love, I like to really get into my partner, be real deep with my partner, doing things outside of the norm, meaning that it's not the same like tired, dry stuff that all these people think is really exciting. It's a lot more ways to get deep with your partner than just sex. So I'm more into that since this guy wants to know.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much better, so intimate because you really know this man. This man is protecting you. He's loving you. He'll get hit by a bus for you, and he's just inside, just taking you on a ride and like y'all on a journey together during that moment. And after it's done, you guys are still together. He's still your man and you still his woman, and it's just something special. Versus,
Yeah.
okay, it's over. Bye. Then you get to the next nigga. Then ain't you tired yet?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
You're missing out on something really special. I learned that a long time ago. If you have someone and y'all a lot deeper than just the physical, and you really are there for each other, it's nothing like it. You ain't gonna once you experience that, you ain't gonna want nothing else. That you could think of this person or they think of you during the day. It don't have to be nothing physical, and you
Unless
worry about them.
unless you are a freak. If you are a freak, then being with a person like that, that's not going to satisfy you. You know, if you have to be true to who you are. If you are freak,
Right.
you are promiscuous and you like random different people and that is your nature, relationship is not going to be good for you. You might do it, but you're probably going to cheat on your partner if you like random. And a lot of people out here, they love random freaky stuff with random people that they don't even know. And see, when a person is so set up to do that type of behavior and this often, as far as if that person is trying to get in a relationship, I question that because you're so used to with the randoms and you're so comfortable. I don't know. I just think that's a risk.
Well, I tell you, I had a guy that was trying to get at me, right, and he knew that I was more romantic. So he went through the whole romantic spiel, and then he got angry because he didn't get to the finish line. But I saw his game, and I was like, even if you dated me a month, I can tell. I can tell when you're real and when you're just doing something to get to the end zone. So unfortunate for him, he didn't get to the end zone. He should have played this game a little longer, but he got really upset. And I said, hell no, I wouldn't date nobody like you because you on the agenda. And
That's
you know what I mean? So you have to have discernment, like they tell you. You have to spend time with someone and get into the. But I was real with him. I told him straight out the gate, I am not random. I do not do random love. I don't do none of that. I have to get into you. I have to really be into you. And if you take that time, fine. If you don't, fine. But it's gonna be ones that come up and try and run game. But I told them you was man enough to try it, so be man enough to accept that it's not happening.
That's right. And I'm glad that you did that, Shelly. You have boundaries, you have standards, and you did not flex. You didn't break because guys get with girls like that because they hear that shit all the time, right? But those the same girls, they be on their knees in the next 2 days. So they feel that, oh, you're just talking. Girls have talked but they're not honest. And a lot of guys see girls are not honest. They see them as liars because the girls that say, well, I don't do this and I got standards, but they don't have standards. They're just talking. So in
Yeah.
a lot of guys' mind, they see a lot of women are liars.
Well, I really like that. I mean, like, I would go years without sex, really. I want to get into you, who you really are. And if I could get into you and you find out who I really am, and we still together, it ain't nothing we can't do.
Mm.
Even if you are a freak.
I want to add to that. So the guys in their mind, they're like, she's a liar. He's not going to let her know that because he still want to be able to hit that anytime he want to hit that. And a lot of times the girl mind, she feels like, oh, he know that he means something to me because I told him I don't do it, but I give it up to him. And I hope he see that I really, really like him because I normally don't do this shit, but I'm doing it for him. So she plays mind games in her own fucking mind, playing her damn self, convincing herself that even though she told him I don't have sex in this amount of time, then she gives in. She feels like he's going to love her more, and that's somewhat of her rewarding him and to say, here, take my body, love me more, and he's going to appreciate that more. In his mind, he like, this is a motherfucking lie. She do this shit to everybody, but I'm still going to get in that shit, and I'm still going to lie, and I'm going to make her believe whatever she want me to believe. Okay?
Well,
Okay.
that never went down with me because I'm true to what I'm saying, meaning that I have dated a guy. Now, he could have been doing things I don't know. I'm just saying that I do investigate. If the guy think I'm not going to check him out, I do. But I dated a guy for 6 months. We didn't touch each other, but we We sat, we massaged each other. We did other things. Ain't nothing better than a hot body massage. I tell you that right now. We did other things that he hasn't done with women. And
Mhm.
then it was a mind thing as well. Have you ever just sat in front of someone and talked? I
Of course,
mean,
yeah. Yes.
like an intimate sit in front of someone and just talk, and they came with everything.
Yeah, and sometimes those are I can tell if I like a person more, or I can tell like I really don't like him more. Most times when I talk to them, that's when I realize I don't like him because in the beginning I might like him because he don't talk, but then when he open that mouth and I understand what's going on up here, I'll be turned off. But someone says it's a turn off when girls give it up quickly to most men. Now
It is.
I will tell you this. A lot of girls don't see it that way because have they have done this. A person, a man getting a peen hard and doing them is a validation for them to say he likes me. They feel that just because he's doing you, he likes you. Bitch.
No.
No.
You just, I'm sorry to say, but you just a stop that he could stop off there and do what he want. And to the young lady that said, how did y'all not touch each other with massages? Come on, I shouldn't have to explain that to you. Are you that young? I mean, we're not penetrating each other. We're doing massages.
Not going
I mean, come on, how young is she to say, how can y'all not touch each other if y'all get a massage? Come
let's
on, young lady.
let's try to be more creative with our words, Shelley.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But so often people validate with somebody doing it to them as they like them. And you guys are so sadly mistaken. A man can like you and take your life in the same night. Okay.
Yeah.
That does not mean that he likes you. He just wants to get off. You're nothing but a jump off. You're a busted damn baby. Okay. I can't not stand when you guys get this delusion in your head. Well, he want to do me. Okay, he want to do a lot of dumb bitches that he can't stand. Don't mean that he want to really protect you. Don't mean he's going to provide and respect you because he don't. You don't even respect you. But they have convinced themselves that because a man do it with them, then that's that man liking them. So,
Yeah.
people get that, and but uh, when a guy see you as so easy, he most likely he's going to put you in a category. He's
Yeah.
going to tell you, he's going to lie to you because you're a dumb trash dummy anyway. You believe that he like you because he do you so good. So he can tell your ass anything, you're gonna fall for it. Okay. So he gonna play games with your dumb ass. Okay.
Right. Okay, ladies. One of the ways you can know if a guy really care about you, test him. Get yourself in a situation and ask for his help. If he really into you, he's going to help you. Another way you can test him, go out with him and see his reaction when you're around other guys. If he's mature enough to be confident and say she's with me and don't trip, test him when if he will treat you to dinner, whatever he's doing. Watch how he treats you. That's how you know how he care or he's into you or he wants to get into you. It's how he treats you. So if you get a guy that just shove you around when you go out, tell you 50-50 when you get a meal, and he just treats you like a boy or a friend, don't date nobody like that. You deserve better than that. And you should have your standards up where if he got a check in his pocket to go eat or go to a movie or do something, tell him when you get yourself together, give me a call. You don't
Child,
have to.
if we going 50-50, you my girlfriend. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. The man has to put in the effort.
Girlfriend. Okay. There through thick and thin. You my girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah, because he got to know this is the thing about men, okay? If he really likes you, he gonna go all out for you. If he really likes you and he really want to want to date you, he not going to talk to you about anything. He going to be like, what do you need? What do you want when y'all out there? He want to show you a good time so that you would want to go with him again. So if you just get one of these ghetto guys and he like, oh, let's go to the movie, babe, and then we going over your house with some Chinese food. No, don't ever let him come to your house. He don't get that right to come to your house until he have shown you that he's really about you.
And he's worthy
Yeah,
because
he's
you out
worthy.
in your house, he ain't do shit. He knows other men going up in the house, even though you say, ain't no man going to my house, I promise you. He in his mind saying, this bitch lie. You know these bitches lie.
Yeah, I dated a guy and he kept wanting to get at my house so bad. I said, what is your problem? He turned me off. When we gonna go to your house? I said, until I know you ain't crazy, you know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna meet you where I tell you we gonna meet, and we're gonna enjoy each other where we go. And I'm gonna meet your people. See, if I don't meet that man's people, and he has to want me to meet them. I don't pressure nobody for nothing. I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna go with the flow. You have to say to me, you mean enough to me. I want you to meet somebody. You have to say that to me. I'll go a year and you don't say that to me, and I know my door is still open to date other people. You have to see the value in yourself, ladies. You have to say, he has to show me. Because you're going to show him all the time. Y'all so eager to show this man, I'm the right woman. So calm down. Let him show you he the right man. Put some standards up there. And you'll stop getting these guys treating you any kind of way. Because if they really want you, they're going to say, hey, she don't go for that. And then they're going to switch up to what you go for if they really want to be with you. So y'all need to put your standards up. And if all y'all getting is hood rats, don't date in that area. Go outside the area.
Yeah.
As they say, go outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's love on 101.
We appreciate that, Shelly. Regina, you have something to say? Regina?
Hello, how you doing?
Good. Talk to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on what we have all been sharing. How do we get a better batch of men?
Shelly, you want to go first and I'll go. Go ahead.
Well, what she said her name was?
Regina, how do
Oh
we get
yeah.
a better batch of men, Shelly?
Yeah, I just didn't want to be disrespectful because I like to hear people name Regina. Okay, Regina. The problem is it's not really a lot of good batch of men because the people that have been raising these guys have not been telling them to treat young ladies or ladies like ladies. But to get a better batch of men, you definitely have to date. If you don't have it where you are, you definitely have to seek out and date outside of that area. So you say a better batch of men. I'm assuming that you mean someone who takes you out and treats you like a lady. Is that what you asking for?
Well, yes, Shelly Boo. Um, because it's so much. I don't know where to begin or where to end, and it doesn't make sense to me. It's not like a science experiment. So,
Right.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out because it's just so many rules, so many different things. But if the men were decent, maybe we wouldn't have to go around all of these circles.
But if
Right.
I were you, my advice would be this. Sorry to cut you off, but if I were you, I would try to put myself in uplifting seminars, people that is always looking to elevate themselves. For me, I hear what Shelly says, a person that treats you like a lady and all that. That's not enough for me. To me, I need that. Plus, when I'm going through stuff, if I'm going through shit with HOA or somebody trying to sue me because of a car accident, I'm going to need you to help me in this fight. I'm gonna need you to be either resourceful with knowing other people that can help us with this situation, or you can come in yourself and motivate and help me get through this. I can't stand you. You can't add nothing to it. You just dumb as a box of rocks. You don't know. You so discouraged. Well, they got lawyers. You better just sit this shit out.
You know what, you know what, G, you just touched on a good point. That's a good point for her to seek out, like, go to colleges or schools. And I don't mean like young people, I mean like colleges, like professors, different people.
Yeah,
Yeah, elevate you.
that's not colleges, but you have seminars that okay, it's a lot of rich men out here. Okay, it's a lot of rich women as well. And it's a lot of people that are more ambitious. They want more out of life. So you might see them at seminars. You
Yeah.
meet them, you start to get associates, and you start to be a part of their crowd. It's about finding, somebody told me it's about finding your crew, or fighting. I forgot how they worded it, but you have to find your niche, the people that have the lifestyle that you want, that, you know,
Yeah.
you go to those kickbacks and those parties because they usually intermingle with themselves. They're just not for the
Facts.
general public. So I feel that that's important, and you need
Like Regina, do that help you? Like, I don't know what you do for a living, but do that help you that you have a guy that's would lift you up, like educate, show you different things? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, at this point, I'm confused because I don't understand. Because it seems the Dusties are always available, but
Yeah, that's why they're available, because they ain't doing nothing credible out there. They're not educating themselves or lifting themselves up to learn anything new. But that's good advice Gigi gave you,
yeah,
to go to seminars or different things that you see other men trying to elevate. That's good advice. Go
yeah.
around men that's trying to build their business and elevate.
Seminars and mixers of different people from different walks of life that is trying to come together to uplift and elevate themselves. They have that. It's the space is motivating. The space. I mean, these guys, how they talk, the language, how they dress, how they smell, is so different than your general public. That's just free. Okay. Now, somebody said, JT, you need a lawyer. You can't expect men to know everything. No, I don't need a lawyer, but I need a man with experience. Okay. So if you are a person with life experience that's go through stuff, then you know how to deal with different things. I have been with, different ranges of guys, and certain guys with experience, they have been through this shit before, or they know someone that has, and they know stuff. So it's not about having a lawyer, but a guy that have an experience versus just sitting down playing games all day. And that's his only experience, playing games, effing hoes, smoking weed, and speed driving on cars.
Yeah, if that's what you're around, Regina, you do have to seek it out. I mean, because you sound like a woman that want a family. And
I'm still
so,
at my age. I'm just hoping the man is decent.
yeah. I think, like I said, I think that's good advice what Gigi said. Because they do have seminars, they have people that's elevating businesses and things, and you have men that have other things on their mind than being a dusty. So yeah, I would start attending some of those classes or different places, because I think some of the men is sick of what's going on too, because I hear men complain that they can't find decent women. So maybe we are missing each other by not attending these classes and going to different events. Maybe that's why we missing each other.
Mhm. Well, I feel like also it's like, what man do you want? What type of man do you want? You say you just want decent. That's not good enough. What is it that you want?
Um,
You have to know what you want. You have to start somewhere.
oh yeah, I know very well. Thank you, Gigi.
Well, what do you want?
Employed,
You
educated,
see-
respect,
okay.
godly, mean what he says and says what he means. No drugs, Hopefully,
Well,
no
let's start
fees.
with education. Sorry to cut you off, Regina. Do you go places where they are pushing education, or when I think of education, seminars? They have so many lectures on the new. I don't know if you're into technology or you want a man that's into technology, but those seminars that's always talking about the new latest technology. Those are the men that's always elevating. I don't know if you want a historian. You have seminars, you have events, you have things that cater to different people that have that interest. So I would say the interest of a man, you know, go that way. So, for instance, like prostitutes and whores, right? Some
Mhm.
of them, they want to be a jump off. So what do? They're going to go to the rap concert, right? Hoping to get picked. They're going to go to the basketball games because they know that's what their men are. And those men like jump offs. So I would say you have to know what you want and put yourself to be seen in those spaces because it's a lot of men out here. Sometimes I go to like stock marketing. Men love stock markets. Okay, they're all about the crypto, finding out what's going to do that. So in
Yeah.
those spaces where those men are, they're there. Okay,
That's a good point.
you got to get that there. That's want more in life, and that's on that direction. So, but not the rappers or the athletes because they already have a reputation of wanting that jump off, and they're so distracted, and they're
Yeah.
not disciplined. Because their name to fame is based on their talent alone. But when you're dealing with the stock market and these certain guys, they have to really work hard. They have to be disciplined. So they already have certain skill sets and a certain level. Now I have entertained some guys, and I wasn't on their level, and they probably kicked my ass to the curb because I still had the jump off mentality. I've been kicked to the curb. I mean, twice I can remember. Well, I was moving
Not
too
you,
fast.
Gigi.
Yeah, let me tell you, Regina, I was moving too fast, and when you are with certain guys that are on your different levels, meaning that his education was way above mine, his mindset, and when I was used to dealing with, you know, niggas, you know what I mean? I don't know how
Yep.
to contribute to him because he's so above. And I feel like, because when I'm with these guys, it feels like my only value is, doing some freaky shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm like, God damn, this educated, he got his shit together and everything. How can I keep him? Can I give you some head? And that would turn their ass off because it's like, I thought you was coming as this lady, and come to find out you ain't nothing but a freak ass hoe. Get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
You just
That's
have to find your match.
Yeah,
If
that's what they now hovo. See, but I have to learn that those are
Mhm.
experiences, and I'm happy that they did that to me because it made me realize that all guys are not the same, that some guys, they really they find the value. They not gonna just and then it's like, goddamn, he didn't even like me for that shit. Okay.
Mhm.
He saw something else in me that clearly I didn't see in my damn self.
Him
So
liking you for
I
you.
appreciate those experiences.
Hmm. But some
Yeah,
men
don't
like
give
that.
up. Don't give up, Regina. Just do something different. To get something different, you gotta do something different. So, if you can now, there's a lady in the chat talking about, I'm not about to go all over the world looking for a man. That's not what we're saying, young lady. We're just telling you to do something different, to get something different.
Don't go to
Go
Africa.
to some classes, go somewhere, learn something different, and you never know who you might bump into. Don't take everything we say and pick it apart. Just try something different.
Yeah.
Everything, it's not going to be perfect, but if you like Regina, she wants a relationship. So we're explaining to her she has to do some different things. She don't have to run all over the world. They got classes in her area. Just look for a man who you see is elevating or wants something out of life. And he probably will see you and like you as well. Have something going on with yourself. I meet a bunch of men because I start different businesses. When you do business, you meet a lot of people doing business. So I have my pick of different guys. I'm single now because I choose to be, because I am real busy. I don't have time to plan and sit down with you, eat. And I mean, if you can handle that, I have had a guy around me who said, I know who you are. I love it. And I can handle not seeing you like that, But I'm just saying, most people need your attention and time. Right now, I got 3 businesses running. I don't have time to give them all that attention and time. I'm trying to hire somebody, but when I get that settled, they got all of me because they waited. It'll be worth the wait. But Regina wants a relationship, so we're just trying to tell her.
Somebody asked me, they said, how long did it take you to learn from your mistakes? Well, I'm still learning, but I will say sometimes certain mistakes seem to always pivot my way. And I would say this: in the beginning of me dating, I was young, okay? I didn't have nothing to offer. Honestly, I wasn't even looking for relationships. And most of my best relationships, I was never looking for one. The man picked me, and that's how I like to operate. I like for him to pick me, okay? I don't want to pick no man. I ain't gonna pick no man. But I say that to say, when this guy did pick me, and now I'm thinking about a pick me, right? But when he picked, I was thankful because he was elevated. He was higher than me, and that's what I like. I like somebody that's better and elevated than me, mostly in all ways. But I was okay. But when I was around friends, they were like, "Well, what you doing for him? You know, how you gonna keep him?" And that made me insecure. And it was like, well, you have to start putting out. And I didn't put out. We were in a relationship, and he never pressed me for sex. And I was like, well, I don't know, it made me insecure. And I was like, man, damn, see, that's why you can't be around hoes. If you're around hoes, it's going to influence you to think like they think. And then you're going to take their advice. And then, so if I would say, leave these hoes alone. Don't associate with these hoes. Get with a group that you have share values and morals and all that stuff. But anyway, I decided to go back, and I wanted to get more intimate with him. And I was like, I want to do this, and he allowed me to do it, but I expected him to be like doing cartwheels and shit afterwards. And he didn't. He was like, so why did you do that? And he could tell I didn't care for it, but I did it because I felt like I had to keep him on. But he was like, you don't ever have to do that shit. I didn't ask you to do that shit. I like you for you. And looking back, he liked me for my innocence. He liked me because I wasn't a freak hoe. He liked me because I was different. And here I go, listen to hoes, okay? Feeling like my value is me being a hoe, so I'm bringing this hoe energy to him, turning him the fuck off. And, so I'm still learning. Shit.
Yeah, you got to have different experiences. But I want to address Mr. Willie Robinson right quick. Mr. Willie, you're wrong as 2 left shoes. Now, you saying women that don't look that good, you get the most sex out of them. That's not a reason to sleep with women. And what you're doing is you missing your blessing, because it's going to come a time when you can't swing that thing, and you're going to need someone to take care of you. So if you're going to keep treating women bad, what's going to happen is you're going to end up in an old folks home all alone. And that's the way you're going to go out. You can't do that ugly, because God don't like ugly. And what you do come back to you. So stop taking advantage of these ladies that feel like they got the low self-esteem.
Mhm.
You wrong for that, Willie.
Um, Sandra said, prime example, don't make me like chocolate ice cream. If I like vanilla, I don't need advice from anyone. I rely on my own intuition, period. And I agree. And I had to learn that because I was still insecure. And these girls made me feel insecure because they said, you're going to lose him. And I didn't want to lose him. So I listened to people that had more experience than me, thinking they know better. And I think another thing too that I have to learn is just because you are older than me or you have more experience doesn't mean necessarily your advice is going to really help me in my situation. And that's how they saw themselves because they've never had a guy that did not look at them not as a jump off. So my experience, they didn't understand. Well, why the fuck? What's so special about you? You're not even doing nothing. Like, why is he doing that for you? You know? So I want to bring in BMB. Are you there? BMB, are you there? Are you there? Okay, BMB.
So I wanted to add that you could potentially find a guy who is elevated and
Can
educated,
y'all hear me?
is also a freak.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you, BMB.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm sorry to abruptly jump in like that.
It's all right. Talk to us.
Yeah.
I hope y'all doing all right. I done had me a little Sunday cocktail, so I'm feeling a little good. Gigi, you looking great as per usual. Give me punk rock meets dominatrix, bitch. Oh, can I curse? I'm sorry.
A little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, just a little piece. Got it. So first of all, I just want to say at this point, I know that y'all, was really digging deep into like the type of men that are around these days, and like what you should do to maybe attract, what you want. But and y'all don't hate me, but I'm on some self-centered type ish nowadays. Like these times, I'm really just if you don't got somebody already that you've been rocking with that you have potential with seeing yourself with in the future and you don't have any prospects, then it's time to tap into your own self-love. How about you bump into yourself and like be creative, do the things that you want to do for real while you're single and you have that time to really find out who you really are. And then maybe once you, kind of tap into more of that self-love energy and your discernment builds up, once some form of love bumps into you, you'll have enough discernment build up to know whether it's just another universe roadblock or if it's the real thing, and you'll move accordingly. Because these niggas, baby, please, whether you pretty and primey or you a jump off, they'll treat you the same. If they don't fuck with you, they don't fuck with you. Period. But
Yeah.
I like
I get your point. And that's what we tell the women too. Cause I think this is a man in the chat named Sandra, but he's saying that they don't like taking advice from women telling them what to do. Once again, get a brain. We're not telling nobody what to do. Some people are calling up asking how can they meet who they want to meet. And we're just giving them advice on certain places they can maybe meet these people.
okay,
You
wait,
know?
so
So
can Sandra expound on what they mean by telling them what to do? Like is she saying like telling a man what to do? Can you expound, Sandra?
well, she's on here saying that we need to stop thinking what's best for others and all this. And she way off key because we very humble about it. We're trying to help some people who ask for the help. How can they achieve some of these things? And we just speaking from experience, you know?
Period.
So she just probably a troll, but she just going on and on.
That person much attention. Let's get back to the program. Now,
Yeah.
BNB, you made some good points. Now, BNB said, listen, a F guy, and that's what I want to put him in a category as the F guy will treat a good girl and a whore the same. And they will
You
because
better
they are
believe
a
it.
F guy. But when you have different types of guys, they're going to, well, hell, if a guy have high standards, he's not going to deal, well, shit. If a guy,
GG. See,
what?
look, now you gagging. You gagging because you can't even get it out, girl. You know that these men play games with
Yeah.
you. And that's just what it is. If he does, it doesn't matter who he is,
And
whether he's
okay,
an F boy or not. If he doesn't mess with you, if he feels like your value isn't more than what he's getting from you, whether you easy with the sex and you open to, doing his freak ish, or if you a dodo bird and you let him get away with stupid shit and you keep opening your door to him. Like, it's different values women have. And
But
honestly and
BMB,
truthfully,
not all men is going to accept that. All men are just not going to play those games. Some men will tell you they're not interested. I'm sure women don't like to admit it, but some men have rejected women.
yeah, after she fucked him, yeah.
No,
All right,
Right.
baby doll.
language. Some
I'm
men
sorry.
don't even trying to F them. In the word, and I'm not saying Tupac, but in the words of Tupac, I don't want it if it's that easy. Okay?
Yes.
I don't want
Listen
it
to
that
him.
easy. So don't trust me. You just met me. So all men are created differently. They're not all the same.
No, and I totally agree. I must admit, like, I've had my fair share of good guys that I probably pushed away because of my attitude, being, groomed to think that a certain type of male was the ideal guy, which was, like the hood thug type guy. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And
What
I
I have
think
found
going
is
back
that
into the thug type guy, a lot of us in the hood was raised with that mentality. That's what a lot of girls look to. And you
Yes.
wonder why girls are in the position because they wanted a demon. I mean, these thug guys, they on demon time. And I know you said we should really focus on ourselves. And that sounds great, but a lot of people, they have been raised to feel like they can't do it alone because they're a woman. They need a man. And they don't want to live their life
Absolutely not.
best they can.
Absolutely not.
Man, I need a man to go through this with me. I don't want to go through life alone. So I'm saying you do have people with that mindset that they don't want to go through life alone. So they're hurrying up trying to pick because I know, and this is so crazy of me, but when I start almost hit 25, I felt like I was getting old. I'm like, God damn, I need to have a house. I need to have a family. I need to have this because I was raised like when you're 25, you should already have your life together. Okay.
Yeah,
When
yeah, for
you're
sure.
this age,
Especially from the
because
90s
a
and
lot of people have that mentality, especially when it hits certain age, And 25, a lot of us, we just still realizing who we are. So
Right.
you do have some girls that feel like I don't want to know who I am until I meet my man. I want my man to determine who I am because that's going to make me a good wife. I want him to make up who I am. I want him to be somewhat like my father figure, you know?
And what if they just moved a little fast? I don't mean to cut you off, Gigi, because I agree with that to a degree. But what if it's just like on the flip side, they just was raised growing up real quick, like like how they get in situations where they gotta kind of raise other siblings, and they see the single mom or whatever, the dude come in doing whatever, so they just grow up fast and rush into that lifestyle.
Oh, I'm not laughing at you, sweetheart. Somebody said something about G, and I just,
Oh, it's okay. I might be funny. Like I said, I'm a little tipsy, so
yeah, yeah,
I might be saying
yeah.
some funny stuff or whatever, but I'm just
um,
serious.
Hey,
that's
G,
what you were
What
hey,
you
saying.
think
G.
about it though? Like, what's the no commentary on it?
No, I didn't hear. Okay, so Miss Harris, did you hear what BMB said?
About
Can you repeat that again, BMB? Hey, Miss Harris.
I was just saying on the flip
people.
side of what you're saying. Hey, Miss Harris. I was just saying on the flip side of what you previously said. I was like, my mind went to like how girls just grow up seeing a certain type of demographic of women and how they maneuver through life, and they just rush into that growing up quick. A lot of
Yeah,
girls grow up
yeah.
fast.
And a lot of it is childhood trauma. A lot of it is childhood trauma, like you said, trying to get away from the parents, and the first thing that they latch on to, that's what they want. Not really knowing themselves, and then you done gave up your glory years for this man, and you not 100% happy
And the
because you
kids,
don't
don't
even
forget
know who
them.
you are.
Yeah.
Well, y'all got to be creative, ladies. Like, men are a lot. Like, I work around a lot of men. A lot of men are attracted to women who have a lot of interest. Saying like Gigi, like Gigi has a garden. She's into gardening and stuff. She got other things she do. But I'm just saying, when you pick certain things and they see you always busy and you're not needy, it kind of attracts them.
Absolutely.
They like a chick They
Absolutely.
like that chase.
Yeah,
That
being
draw.
clingy
Yeah,
is
the
one of the
chase.
most things that got
Because
me
I
crazy.
noticed that. I noticed that I don't even be looking for no man, but I'm so busy with different projects that they come up to me and be like, "Hey, busybody, take a break," and they'll ask me to go to lunch or something. So, get you some business about yourself. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking about some of these ladies. Get your
Yeah.
interest out. Get some things going on, and they gonna come looking for you because that's so sexy
Absolutely.
and attractive.
I find that it depends on
Absolutely.
the type of person too, because there's somebody that I'm really close to. She, is very petite, dark skinned, and doesn't is not educated, doesn't really have a lot going for her. She really doesn't even have anything to offer. She found her last two relationships online, and she happened to attract men who provide for her. She would live with them, drive their car. They would even give her an allowance. And she's not even like the freaky type. Like she's not even that deep. Meanwhile, me, for example, I'm educated, published. I'm working on my master's right now. I have a career. I'm a deep thinker, great conversationalist, very curvy, but I have never found somebody like that. So I feel like we can use some of these things, but sometimes it just depends on the person. They may be boring. They may
So
not have.
hold on, are you looking for a man or a sugar daddy?
Um, no, these are actual relationships that
Okay.
people that she's with. They're not just like sugar daddies, but they're not black though. Even though she was
Um,
dark skinned, the two men she attracted were non-black men.
and you sure they're not sugar daddies?
No, they're not. This is this is
What?
my sister I'm talking about,
Hold
so I
on,
know they're
BMB. I'm
not sugar
sorry.
daddies.
What is a sugar daddy in your terms?
Like kind of a little bit low key, don't say what she described that the girl got. You know what I'm saying? Like these men are like, first of all, it's like multiple, like it's not just one, and then they're like, you know, uh, being more financial beneficial to her versus just, I don't know, you didn't explain more about like the actual
That's
relationship of the
what
man.
a traditional man is. He is a provider financially. You should never have to come out of your pockets. That's just not
Yeah,
a
no, but okay, all right, fair enough. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
they're
just
like
assuming. I'm sorry, my apologies.
they're actual relationships, but this it's not where like she's sleeping with them for provision. It's
And
just
you
yeah.
say them as in plural, right? You say them as in plural, so this isn't monogamous. It's more like a polygamy. What is
one at
this?
a time. Her last two boyfriends, she
Oh,
was
okay,
one of them. She was dating one each time.
Yeah,
okay,
so this is a monogamy relationship both times. These are
Yes.
just the type of men that she attracts.
got it.
Right.
Hmm.
Even though
Okay,
she has nothing to offer and is not really like she like
damn.
like they would actually push her to try to go
Right.
into some type of
And
certification
Regina,
program.
I know exactly what that is because those are the type of guys I have inquired. I can tell you one time, my first fiance, I was walking to school. At this time, I didn't have a car. And he drove and he was blowing, but I ignored it. I'm like, what the fuck? Then he whooped, he turned around in that jag and he gave me his business card. He was a CEO. I'm not going to put his business out there, but he told me to call him to take me out to dinner. Pretty much, long story is, he is more so of that masculine mindset. He did not want me to ask anybody for help. He always wanted me to go to him. He wanted me to depend on him. He got off with me always wanting and needing him. It was a situation that got kind of tough for me because I would go for my parents for help, but he wanted to intervene with my parents and just let them know that he's going to be taking care of me from now on. And he wanted me to lean on him more. And he kind of felt like, I should be able to trust, but my trust wasn't set up like that. But it's guys out there that are financially and they love that. They love taking care of their
Yeah.
girl. They love
How
having
long before you got to be sexually active with the guy, though? If you were, how long do you say that you would be sexually active with him?
you talking about when we first messed around or
No, I'm saying any scenario like that. It could be yours or just any scenario like that where the guy comes in like that.
I'm not sure what you're asking, but those guys, they're really trying to get your heart and mind. They're not trying to get into your panties so fast. They're
Okay,
really trying to acquire that, and they're not trying to acquire a freak because it's easy for them to get a freak.
You're
because
absolutely
the
right.
money that he has, he can buy a freak. I mean, these people out here, they're so gullible, but it's more so what he sees in you. I remember a lot of times I had issues with reading and I wanted to get into broadcasting, and he introduced me to so many different individuals. He had me in the studio. I was nervous, embarrassed. Everybody was looking at me like, what is she doing here? She can't even read good. What the fuck? You know? And he took up for me. And I was crying. He was like, "No, you got this." Like, he motivated me. I understand what Regina's saying because I've had guys like that as well. And you don't have
Okay.
to go out. It's not about sex, and it's not about people say, "Well, what did you bring to the table?" I didn't bring shit because he just wanted me.
Yeah, so you bring something you brought yourself, your energy, and
Yeah,
what I'm saying, it
yeah,
released off of
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
compared to the people in the
Yeah.
comments that's saying that I'm jealous, to a certain extent, I am, with what my sister's able to acquire, but that was not the point that I was trying to make. The point that I was trying to make is that we could do whatever we want to do, but it's based on what the man wants. You may have absolutely nothing to bring to the table. You may have no personality. And the reason why I mentioned that she was dark skinned is because oftentimes we make it seem as though if the person is dark skinned, they're less likely to get a man like that. But those are the type of men that she gets. And she is not going to take any type of guy who cannot offer her anything, even though
well,
she may not
maybe.
have anything to offer, but he needs to offer something.
And that's how it should
That's
be,
not the
Regina.
goal.
And
Right, like I thought that was the goal.
I just want to say congratulations, and we thank men like that, because when you come into certain girls' life like that, you raise a standard, and they will always compare any other man. If you're not coming like he, well, we don't got nothing to talk about. I appreciate that. But go
But I
ahead.
must admit, I feel like when you say, "Oh, I don't have nothing to bring to the table," I think that's an understatement. I think that everybody has the potential to bring something, even if it's not
Yeah,
financial.
your
You
Facts.
know,
face might just light him up. It don't have to be nothing special. He enjoys spending time with you because your face light him up.
you a genuine person. You make him happy. You make him feel something that he doesn't feel around other shallow
Yep.
people.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
Guys,
it could just be a vibe. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
you you give him something that he's been looking for that he hasn't felt from somebody else. You
yeah.
just never
that's how
know
you
what
feel.
somebody is looking for.
I
What
So
you?
I agree with you guys. And I would say from my experience being around certain individuals that did not have that, they would make me feel like, well, what's so special about you, bitch? Like, why would he want to do that for you? I'm not understanding. So
it's not for you to understand
those,
though.
those people would get in my head, and I'd be like, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm not even that educated.
Those
It's
are
your
haters.
it's your
That's why you can't listen to
personality.
the haters.
It's your personality. Some men fall in love with your personality, so that's what you
Yeah.
bring it. He enjoys you. So to the
But
lady that said her sister gets certain men without an effort, they like something about your sister, whether she has anything going on or not. It's her presence. It may be the way she talk. It's something that man is getting out of
The
her,
way she
and
hot
you don't
too.
see it.
She busted it, opened it.
It's
And,
just
no, it's not.
energy.
I was
I
like,
think
No,
this
she
is
got
something
that
I'm
je ne sais
saying.
quoi. She got that shit ain't that ain't. She got that special something about herself. It's a
but
sparkle in her eye that they see.
I don't think it's nothing sexual. I think that people push this propaganda that is sexual, and that's why you
No,
No,
of
I'm
we
not
course
saying
it
that it's
is.
sexual.
It's
Absolutely not. It's
sexual.
something about her that
right.
attracts those type of men.
yeah.
Period.
It's
I think
sexual.
Because gee, we all met somebody that we was just like, oh, like just being around them, you got a feeling, but they ain't bringing nothing. It's just their presence. We all met somebody like that. Am I right, ladies? Where
Yes,
you saw
ma'am.
that
And just what
person
that feeling made me want to do.
and you was attracted to that person. You don't know them. They ain't bringing nothing, but it's just their presence when you're around them. You be like, wow. So maybe
Yeah.
it's some of that.
because
And
I
then it might be a mental thing because I'm more of a mental person. Like if you can massage my brain, baby, you got me 10 toes down because it's not a lot of people who can meet my mindset, or it's not a lot of people who can meet my intellect.
Yes, ma'am.
So when I meet somebody who can do that for me,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Send you. I feel
It's
yeah.
that.
amazing. stimulating to me.
Okay, because I'm more of a mental patient, so I need somebody who can most
Yeah.
definitely bring in my mind and my intellect.
When I can sit down and I can learn something from you. See, I'm one of those people. If I'm dealing with a man, I want to be able for you to teach me something that I don't know, right?
Okay,
Because
come
I
on,
feel
Daddy.
like, yeah, I need you to teach me something that I don't know. That is sexy to me.
Yeah.
You get
I know
someone
a lot.
like dating someone a lot older than you. Like my thing is like I would go like up to 10 years older than me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like 10
I've
years is
always
cool.
dated. Yeah, I've always dated people that were older than me, because I've always had a more mature intellect. So trying to deal with somebody my age a lot of times, especially when I was younger, we weren't connecting. Like where I was, at 18, I had my own business at 18. I was
Mm,
emancipated at 16. I had a
Right.
baby at 14. So, and I grew up around grown people. So my whole dialect when I'm talking to somebody, it comes off a little different than your
Yeah.
average young person. And you can't gravitate to that because you have no clue of what the hell I'm talking about.
Right.
And it was frustrating for me. So I never dated people that were younger than me.
but would you
All my
have a
relationships,
would you have a a little fling with one?
no,
Really?
no, nope,
I
nope.
mean, say the person is like three
Now,
years younger
at
than you, tops. You didn't
46,
have a little
I'm getting
kid.
ready to turn 46. At 46, shit, baby,
When your birthday?
I don't know. It
When your
depends on
birthday?
the situation. It depends on how young you are. I ain't going super duper young.
3 years,
You can't
girl.
be
3 years. 3 years younger than you. You smashing or passing?
smashing them, taking them down up
Gigi,
and
what
through there.
about you, pretty girl? You smashing them? You getting that YN?
Well, I would say this. I've dated that were younger and they were so intelligent. They were more intelligent than me. They
Oh,
were more
boy.
intelligent than some of these guys that are older than me.
How young
Yeah.
were they against you, Gigi?
Hold on, they have business about themselves. I mean, in real
Right.
estate, multiple streams of income. Know how to talk, just elevate themselves. So yeah, if he's coming like that, then definitely.
Yeah.
So how
They
young? How young?
their
I'm sorry.
maturity level.
Let
Yeah.
her answer. How young, Gigi? I said like about 3 years tops.
21 and up. Shit,
21 and up.
bar. Okay.
All right. All right. That's enough now. Only 3 years.
Yeah. 3.
Don't be
Because
no
really,
don't be
honestly,
no
21 and up
don't
is
be
like,
no don't be no cougar. All right. Don't
I
be no
mean, not
cougar.
just yet. We still young enough to be aunties. We could be cougars like once we hit our 40s and stuff. I assume that me and Gigi at least the same age since
All
Lamar was just
right.
42.
Don't be robbing that cradle. All right.
Oh God, no! To catch a predator, who? But no, honestly,
Yeah. Well, I'm
honestly,
gonna tell you
truly,
now,
ladies,
at
I don't
46,
think
at
who.
46, some of the things that I done ran across when it comes to older men and men my age, it can be so disappointing. It can be
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
disappointing. And I had better relationships when I was younger versus now, as an older one. I don't have the time, tenacity, and the patience. I promise to God I don't. Because
yes, you
it's a
do
lot
for
of
the right
game
one.
playing. Huh?
Yes, you do for the right one. See, when it's the right one,
But it got to
you
be the
have
right
that, so
one. You
you don't
got
overuse
but
it. You
but
don't
you got to
overuse
run
your time
across
and
that
patience and
right
tenacity
one.
with the right one. We overuse it with the
Absolutely.
wrong guy, so that's why you feel that way now. But once the right one hits you, you gonna be like, shit, it's gonna be like clockwork. Okay, it's
But
just
listen,
falling
listen
off.
to this. I ain't even overusing it because I done cut my brain off.
Period.
He got
Just give me
he
the
he,
keys to go.
he got to be right. He got to be right. I don't
Okay.
have the energy for the extra stuff. Even now when it comes to men that are older and my age, you can't even pick up. You don't even want to have a conversation like, who don't talk. I don't know nothing about you, and I'm not get ready to sum up 46 of my years in no text message. Right?
Yeah, nah.
People have got so used to this social media and this
Right.
technology
Right.
that they don't know how to communicate. and I'm a verbal
Right.
communicator. I'm not get ready.
If a guy is just texting you, he's not into you. I feel like if a guy is into you, they're gonna want to see you. They're gonna want to take you out. They want
Right.
Absolutely.
you.
I
Yeah,
ain't get ready to do it.
that's the
I'm not
rule of
getting ready.
thumb.
He might have changed, his feelings might have had change. If he's not communicating and he letting the internet dictate what he's doing, you know,
He
he
moved
might
on.
not feel the same.
What is he doing to try to impress you?
Huh?
What is he doing to try to impress you?
You talking about me? No, what I'm saying is I'm telling you what I'm not
He's
going to do.
trying to impress you.
In
If a
general,
guy's
right?
trying to impress me, what is he doing? Is that your
No.
question?
We were just talking about texting because it sounds like you're saying that he started off just wanting to text you and that's it.
No, it's talking about people in what I have
Oh,
came
yeah.
across. I'm not talking about me personally and what I'm going through now. I'm just talking about the things that I've ran across when you're trying to, somebody approaches you and they want to talk to you, but it's all through, a lot of text messaging and stuff like that. I don't resonate with that.
Yeah, girl, because he
So
two
because
seconds
I
away
don't,
from hitting you with the what you doing text at 12 o'clock in the
yeah, and
morning.
we not doing that. Like I'm grown as hell. I got shit going on and I got stuff
Uh-oh.
to do. Like
She
I'm a
done brought
big
up a
girl.
man.
Yeah, I'm a big girl. I'm not no little kid. That doesn't that's just not my thing. So I think at this point in my life, finding people who are on the same page. Right now, I'm on the still motion. I'm cool. I'm just sailing. I'm good with me right now
But
because
did
I
you
know what
did
I
you
want.
tell that man? Did you tell that man that you prefer a phone call instead of a text?
You can
She
tell them
not in
whatever
there.
you want to tell them. I tell you straight off the rip. I'm a verbal communicator. You either jump on the bandwagon or no. I know how much I'm getting ready to take, and I'm not getting ready to keep texting you,
And
bro.
then when you tell a man that so raw and kind of
You
straight to
gonna
the point
weed
like that,
yourself out.
that
You
intimidates him.
gonna weed
That
yourself out.
intimidates him because now it gives him an ultimatum in his space in his
Yeah,
mind.
you gonna weed yourself out. If I'm coming to you and I'm
Yeah.
telling you what it is, and you still want to do what it is that you want to do, and thinking I'm gonna conform to what you want, it's a no for me. I'm
Yeah,
not doing that.
Harris,
You
let me
gotta remember to be
I
thoughtful to
get
men.
what you're saying.
Miss Harris. I got
Yeah.
guy said he was gonna next time he saw me, he was gonna smack me.
Oh my God,
What?
now here, Tasha K. Golly. You
Because
thought you got eat with you, girl.
no, because I left him on red. I didn't
Mm.
respond to his
Ooh,
text
he gonna
message.
smack you?
But
Yeah,
smacking me ain't gonna make me respond to nothing that you got to say. Cause I
Right.
promise
It's
you,
No,
you
gonna
put
make me
your
bring
hands
you
on
into the
me, you won't
bedroom.
touch nobody else.
well,
I didn't
That's
even
not
see you
gonna make
slip.
me.
I have to say that certain people operate differently because, like you explain, you tell the guys, "Hey, I'm more of a phone person." See, I don't tell you that. You just be texting all day, and I just won't respond because I feel like you're not coming right.
Now
Then,
I'm gonna tell you in the beginning so we can cut out the BS. I'm
Yeah,
telling you what
Yeah.
I
But
expect.
how would you
I'm
approach? How
telling
would
you,
you approach Harris? Is it like very much so soft and gentle, or is it like Queen
Yeah, it's
Latifah,
like,
who you call on the
hey,
big
no,
word?
it's this. Hey, look, I'm a verbal communicator. I don't do a lot of texting. I'm not a texter.
right.
So if I'm telling you this, you have a choice. Either you gonna text or you gonna make a phone call. Either way, it don't make me no difference because I don't know you.
Okay, so you verbally abusive. Got it. No,
You have
I
to
don't
be
know
able
you.
to communicate to your partner. He ain't the right
Period.
man if you can't tell
okay,
him how
so
you
Simon, what
feel.
you got to say about this? Can we? Is Simon is joining the chat? What is this a man for real? What you got to say? I'm anxious to hear.
Simon, how are you?
Is that a
Y'all got him
man?
shocked.
Well, I don't know. Will y'all let that person identify how they going to identify shit? They might
Sorry,
tag
Gigi.
your ass shit.
Well, why they taking so long?
Simon, I don't know. Maybe they sleep. I don't
They
know.
stuck in the chat. He's
Go.
stuck in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna let Simon go.
I
Simon
just
said,
feel like you know if a man is interested in you by the way that he goes forward with trying to court you, right?
Right.
He was my uncle, but he was my father. You feel what I'm saying? And he always let me know. Huh?
Wait a minute.
He was
Wait a
your
minute.
uncle and your father?
Yeah, wait a minute now.
No, I'm not saying that he wasn't my father. He was my father figure. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
He was
Yeah,
my uncle,
please.
but
I'm sorry. Got it.
I considered him a dad, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
look, it ain't no funky freaky. It ain't no funky freaky.
Right.
He was
Clearly
my
not
mother's brother.
clear.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
my mother's brother. And he was my dad. Like that was my booger sugar. And he always let me know, look, if a man don't have time for you, if he can't carve out time, he don't make you a priority, then what you need him for?
That's right.
And
And
I
he
hate
told
you
me that
all.
from a little girl.
Yeah,
And that's how I operated.
I hate you all say as the right man will court you. And I agree. But I will have to say this, for me, it has to be the right time. I am recalling I have this guy, he texts me every morning, every night. He always asks me, anything I can do for you? You need me to take you anywhere? I want to take you out. And a lot of times I keep him on red, and I'll be having days that he just keep texting and texting. And then I respond when I want to respond, and he just so happy and glorious.
Yeah,
But
Okay,
I
absolutely.
you can get your little piece. Go ahead, get your little piece. I be a bougie girl. Get your little piece.
no, I say that to say this. In the beginning, I was really interested, okay? However, when I gave him and I asked him, could you come and move this for me? Can you do this for me? He just gave me so much like he didn't want to. He will
He
do
turned
it.
you off.
No, he would do it, but it was like it's a
Reluctantly.
chore for him. He didn't do it with honor. It just it's
Not for honor, girl. You want him to skip, jump, and do it.
I mean, he's doing it now.
Hell yeah.
He's doing it now.
If this is my thing though, Gigi. If a person, that's just like a person saying,
Well, hold on, Miss.
what you go ahead, Gigi. I'm sorry.
So that was in the beginning, okay? And it was hard to really get him to do certain things. Just I would think that a man would be excited if I need you
With
because that's
Jeezy.
the type
Okay,
of
did he
guy
do it?
I'm used to. Hold on, let me goddamn finish. You know, my past or certain guys when I need them to change my fire alarm. Oh, don't worry about that, baby. I got it. Don't even try to touch it. I got it. I'll be there tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Blah 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 blah. They love to do that shit. You know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
used to be spoiled. Got it.
So when I'm asking him and he's giving like, oh damn, you need to, well, what you gonna wear when I come over, nigga? You
Ain't
didn't.
nobody got time for that. Is you changing the fire alarm or not?
I'm
That
wearing my
just mean
lingerie, daddy.
that
Come over
just
here and do this
mean
real
he
quick.
wasn't used to that. He wasn't used to that, G. That's all that mean. He wasn't used to women asking him to do
But yeah,
anything.
think about it. If the man still did it, I still feel like he deserves a little bit of appreciation because there's people out
Yeah.
here that ain't taking care of their kids
But
that they sat down and laid and made. And
I
it's like the woman got to go through loops to get them to just see the baby. Like, come on.
like that's for those individuals. It's just not for me. And I don't ask. Normally,
Respectfully.
I don't ask. I just say, man, my fire alarm just keep going off. That's your
You
key
try eggs.
to say do something. I don't ask. Okay. I may say if I say, oh, I'm getting hungry. That is your time to say, let me take you to eat. Okay. I
But
had
see,
one
but
nigga,
see,
hold on, let me finish, y'all. I had this one nigga.
I love you, girl.
I'm getting hungry. He like, well, why don't you get your ass something to eat then? I hung up.
yeah, they don't have a clue. The men you talking about don't have a clue what's going on.
All right.
Yeah,
So
See,
going back to this individual now that always hit me up, is the thing is time has passed. And I'm not even attracted to him the same. I was attracted to him in the beginning, but time has passed and I don't see him the same. But now he just sees me in this light that I wish he would have saw me in the beginning.
That
So,
mean he figured it out, G.
well, it's too late.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he figured it out.
So I'm just saying time matters. Don't wait all day.
Well, he wants you now. He just figured it out. He's like, oh.
Kelly, so it ain't nothing happening.
He like, oh, G wanted me to do. Somebody done talked to him and said she wanted you to do this and this. Now he like, oh, okay, now I'm ready to do it. But now you done lost interest in the brother.
I did.
Yeah.
And one of the things I
It be
learned from
like that though.
experience is that the man is going to do what he wants to do regardless. He's going to like who he likes regardless. I mean, I feel like there's really no real recipe to try to get the man or to keep the man, because I've seen, people who don't really fit the description, mean-spirited people land excellent husbands, people with excessive facial hair, obese, like stuff that we would look at and be like, oh my gosh, but still land these amazing husbands, hot breath people. I mean, it's really what the man wants. I feel like as women, a man is going to love you for who you are, whether you stink, well, maybe not too stink,
I
but
agree.
overweight, hairy, you have a horrible personality. It like,
Why is she cooking?
just for who you are. You don't have to like try to be this particular person and do all of this extra. It doesn't really work on them. And that's why I also feel like energy is a big deal too. Because I knew my sister's mother before her, and her mother could was able to pull a man easily. And my sister could do the same thing. You don't have to do anything. So I feel like a guy, it could just be the person's energy. The
But
female.
there's always more to the story, though, baby.
They go back
There's
to the
always more.
personality. They like something about that personality. It goes back to that because you keep reiterating that they're not doing anything special, and these men find them, find an interest in them. It has to be their aura or their energy. It's something they digging.
Or something's
feel-
digging them.
I feel like this, and I honestly 100% wholeheartedly feel like this. Men don't pick us, we pick them.
Yeah,
We
in a
But they
sense.
choose to stay.
Yeah, in
That's
a
the
sense.
thing.
I
because
disagree.
I'm not.
I said
You
in a
can't.
sense. In
For
a
me,
sense.
you can't pick me. You can't pick me because I know what I bring to the table. You can't pick me. How you
Okay,
gonna
you
pick me?
bragging because Gigi said earlier that she was picking me. She was a pick me.
Right.
Gigi, you
Yeah,
bragging.
I don't. I can't pick a guy. It's not gonna happen. They have to get me. Okay.
Why you
How
picking? You
when
can't
I
pick the
pick
guy,
a
but you
guy,
got
how
these
does I look?
standards, so
I
so
feel
you do essentially pick them.
not necessarily. Okay, my fiance, for instance. No, I did not pick him. He picked me. You may say, well, I had standards. Yeah, but his standards was way higher than mine. Shit.
but you had to
Right,
agree. It ain't gonna go nowhere if you don't agree.
Miss
right.
Harris,
Am I tripping? Like you did say, that you went forth with him.
I didn't listen. I'd agree, but I didn't agree. He persuaded me, Miss Harris. Okay.
He persuaded you.
Yes, he did. He persuaded me. He
How did he do that? How did he do that?
girl. Just
Yeah.
taking me to places I ain't never had experience. I ain't never thought I could do. Just the things that I talk about, I want to do in life. He listened. He tried to make it a reality. How could I say no? I mean, I've never been treated like that before. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you picked him. He made you feel a certain way. I picked you. You are the right one for me.
I don't
He
see
picked
You
you
make me
initially,
feel
but
a certain
essentially you
way. You just
chose
took
the people.
you chose him. He took you to higher heights. He showed you things that you probably have never seen before. He made you feel comfortable. He made you feel safe. You picked
Yeah.
him. He gave you everything that he wanted you to see, but you picked him. He didn't pick you. He just showed you what he knew that he could bring to the table. You had to make the agreement to say, yes, I will be yours. We can move forward and we can do the damn thing. You picked him.
Okay, that sounds nice, Miss Harris, but to me, it's not convincing because I flip it around. I feel like he chose me. He could have had anybody. I mean, he is very desirable. Okay, most people would love to have him. Okay,
Okay, so are you though?
Did it.
So are
Did it.
you?
And we can agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, for me, I feel like you had the last say so. He showed you everything that he wanted to show you, and then you said, "Okay, I got it. This is for me." So you
I
made you
got it.
had the last say so.
Okay, so everybody has a potential to be a pick me, but it's just about the way you're going about being picked is like the issue for me. Like if you're giving in to men's chauvinistic attitudes to be picked, or you're adapting more of the male what is it, patriarchy attitude to be picked, then
Yeah.
it's just like, girl, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Hold you cool? Because it's like he gonna pick you all right and plow your ass through the dust, girl. It's like,
Are any of us married?
absolutely not.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Absolutely not.
was. I
So
was
who's
married.
the problem, us or them? I'm
me,
just asking.
I'm the
Everybody's the problem.
I'm the
Everybody.
problem.
Well, for me, I can't even say I was the problem. For me, I just know what I deserve and what I
I
have to
agree.
bring to the table.
Well,
And I'm not getting ready to be with nobody who is going to make me feel messed up. I can do bad by myself. I don't need no help to
All
starve
right,
to
now you
death.
just quoting Tyler Perry plays. Now stop it. Now, anyways, it's like, okay. If we
Song that wasn't Tyler Perry. That song came out before Tyler Perry, but it's a true statement.
it
Now,
is, girl. I'm just joshing.
yeah,
Yeah.
when it comes to me, I was the problems in most of my relationships. My issue is insecurities, and just they want me to depend on them for everything, and that's scary.
yeah,
They,
yeah,
their relationship, they want me. They want to be together forever. Like
yeah,
this is it. They don't play no fucking games, and I be wanting that, but then I don't want that because I still want to have a life experience. I still want to see if I can do things on my own. And with men, I can't do anything on my own because they always want to do it for me. And it's nice, but they want it to be forever and ever.
So
Like
Miss Gigi,
almost that I'd be afraid. It's plenty of situations that I was like, shit, I don't know. I want to it feels good, but at the same time, I want freedom.
so
Sometimes I felt like a prisoner
are you a
because
And it has to be a conversation that needs to be had. You need to,
LLED?
yeah. Boundaries.
yeah, it has to be a conversation that needs to be had.
okay,
Like
so
I'm an independent.
these men, they want to be with you 24 motherfucking 7. Okay,
Not gonna happen for me.
it's your friends. Okay, ain't nobody I did not know that he did not know. So he had all that, and it was fine. I didn't have anything to hide. But at the same time, sometimes I felt crippled. I felt like I know I can't do it on my own, but I would never know because, like, if I wanted a job, he would get the job for me. Like he know people, he's very resourceful, and I love that. Right? I love that shit. But at the same time, at that time in my life, I wanted to see if I can do things to myself, and then I wanted to experience different shit.
Well, I feel like this, Gigi.
So I,
You
it,
know, it's
it's
it,
me. My issue. Go ahead.
and it's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with what you're saying, Gigi. It's nothing wrong with what you're saying because that's how you feel. You feel what I'm saying? But it has to be a conversation to be had. Anybody that I'm with that wants to do everything for me, they have to understand that I'm independent. That's all I know. I'm not get ready to shoot you down as a man and tell you that you're wrong because you want to take care of me. But the way that I have been bred and the way that I have been raised, it's cute, and I understand it, and I understand that a man is supposed to be the provider, but I need to have my own life too. I need to do the things that I need to do for me, because if I don't do the things that I do don't if I don't do the things that I need to do for me, what's going to happen is I'm going to be unhappy and I'm going to be depressed because
Right.
you keep coming to me telling me what you want to do for me, and you don't have to work and you don't have to do this. I know what you're saying, sir. I understand that you're saying that I don't have to work, but I've always been a worker. I need to be able to provide for me because God forbid,
Right,
what if something happens to you? What
right.
if something happens and you can't go out there and you can't get it? I need to be the one to stand up and say, I got this, babe. We gonna be all right. We might have to downsize, but I'm gonna make sure we eat. I'm gonna make sure these bills pay. I'm gonna make sure we got cars to drive. I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna get it. So he needs to understand that, like, whoever I'm with,
You
they need to
actually should be
understand
vice
that I am my
versa.
own individual person. I
Yeah,
love
it's
you
called
down.
Yeah, it's called
I
the balance. You have to
Yeah,
speak
it's
to
a
your man
balance.
about a balance. Life is all about balance. He could be that wonderful person that take care of you, but like the sister said, if he gets sick and struck down, someone has to pay the bill. Someone has to carry on. So maybe if you explain it to him in that manner, then he'll say, okay, when that time comes, you go ahead and do your thing. So when that time comes,
Have insurance set up. I have a will set up. If anything happened, then this was going to happen because they're going to have
right.
all that taken care of, you know?
Right.
So
But then,
I have a
you have to explain what you need for your
and
inner self. Your
yeah,
satisfaction is not going to be all this one person. And if he not mature enough to understand that, you doing just what you're doing. You're not with him.
yeah.
He has to
I,
understand you're an individual.
right. I would say
Because
how educated guys, in my experience, when I talk to them, they talk above me and they twist my words, and then most likely I'm going to end up agreeing with them because they're going to sound right.
No, it's not
Absolutely
yeah,
going to
but
not.
work. It's not going to
Absolutely
work
not.
because the truth going to come out like it did.
Like, okay, yeah, I see it your way. You're right. Like, okay, that's just how it always is because
Is
they just
it just the
know.
fact that you're trying to not be confrontational?
No, it's they really know how to get in my mind and twist it and make their way right because they're just smarter and educated. They just know how to do shit, you know?
Yeah, but it
but
didn't
but
last.
but
It
but
didn't last.
So
but
they easily manipulate you.
but this is my thing. But does education make you smarter? Because I have life experiences,
That's
right?
right.
I've been to college. I didn't graduate because I had, you know, pressing issues when it came to my mother being sick and stuff like that, or just me being a mother and working a full-time job and I got to provide for these kids, and school just may not be in the works for me at the time. It doesn't mean that I don't know anything. And just because you're educated, that's cute. And I appreciate the fact that you had a chance to go to school and do what you needed to do, but it does not diminish what I got going on because I haven't made it this far by myself, not
I think
knowing
again it goes
nothing.
with that balance though, Harris. It goes with that balance. A little piece of education is cute too because let's be clear, life experiences can sometimes, kick your ass. So it's like, you learn those lessons through God's blessings, but you still have to, again, learn the lesson. And sometimes you don't
But but
always pass the test. So it's like
but this
a little piece of both
yeah,
can help
but
you
it
balance
depends on the
it.
person. Just because you don't go to college doesn't mean you're not educated. Because
Yeah,
I
no,
educate
absolutely not.
myself every day. I educate myself. I look up things. I research
Yeah.
things. I go to the library and I spend hours and hours and hours. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
life's lessons are my life's lessons, and you can't diminish that because you went to college and you got a degree. I know some of the dumbest individuals that been to college and got PhDs, and they dumber than a doorknob.
Child, I
Yeah.
dated
I
one.
get you,
I
sister.
literally dated a
I
drug
get
addict who
you.
thought that he was better than me because I had some college and he had some college, but his parents had college and they were like in fraternities and sororities and stuff. And he thought that he was really better than me. To this day, I think he think that he's elitist because of that. I was like,
Wow.
nigga, you barely finished
But
college
at
and
the
you on drugs. You're living with me.
I wanted to talk a little bit about this. I don't know if you guys have heard about It's a Rapper. It made its rounds earlier today. The Boston Richie guy. He was allegedly on camera, cussing out his 19-year-old girlfriend. He's 28 years old. She's pregnant, 2 months pregnant. and he threw her phone out. He was cussing her. They had to separate them because he was about to hit her. And they're saying that afterwards he put pause on her. She has mentioned that he has hit her, multiple times before. So what are your thoughts about that?
My
Get rid
thoughts
of the
about that.
dusty.
This is my thoughts about that.
The typical
First off,
generational.
you 28. You got a 19-year-old that probably doesn't know a lot about a lot of things, and you're manipulating the situation. It is what it is. Now, for her, her best bet is to figure out her life and go ahead about her business. But sometimes in those types of situations, it takes time because you really feeling like, well, is this really love? Like, we don't know what past childhood traumas have brought to her. We don't know what she done seen in her household from her mother or her father, the mother's boyfriends. Like, we just don't know. But at the end of the day, I really sincere hope and pray that she can get away from that situation, because that's not cool. That it's not cool at all. Like, a man trying to diminish who you are just for him to feel like he's a man. Like, who does that? Like, in my life, my father, my real father, never put hands on me. My father, that was my mother's brother, that was like my father, never put his hands on me. So if I've never had hands put on me, who in the hell you think you are that you gonna come in here and try to restructure some stuff? Now, a lot of times people be in love and they fall into the gap, but again, we don't know where her past situations were. And I just hope that she gets a little, you know, I don't even know the words to use, because I done had a couple drinks too. I done had
Hey,
some wine.
hold on, Regina.
Yeah.
Regina, what are your thoughts about it?
Because period. It's Sunday.
My thoughts is that we need a better batch of men. There's too many stories coming out of these men abusing women, of taking advantage of younger women, and we constantly overcompensate. And I don't want to say make excuses for them, but that's what we do. Where we're always saying the girl should have done this, the female should have done that. She's 19, she's practically still a teenager. He's a lot older, he has more experience. I feel like we need to place more responsibility on the men in our community to be better and do better, so that we could just have, as women, we're going to fall in line with that if we have stronger, healthier minded and better men who are going to treat us better.
Got it. So how that happened, Regina? Because this guy, he's another Diddy, right? He's another Fabulous, and this has been going on in the Black community. And these men are uplifted. They're rich. They got money. It's not like the Black community is canceling them and just saying, "No, I'm not going to support that. That's horrible." They kind
Mhm.
of are going to get a pass.
I think it starts with the mothers that constantly protect them and coddle them and make excuses for them as they grow older. Their sisters as well, because I've had friends where the sister knew that her brother's a woman beater, but she always protects the brother. I also think us as women as well, it's an issue where we will attack the female and be like, why didn't she marry him? Why didn't she choose better? Why did she get pregnant? Yada yada yada. Why? For the female, versus looking at the male and holding him accountable. I think it's incredibly important that we have higher expectations for our men and not just continue to let them grow up. I also noticed that as boys grow up, we tend to pay more attention to the girls and not the boys. We just kind of let them go out and do whatever. So now when they're 14, 16, smoking, hanging out with the wrong people, we're not really paying much attention to that. But if the girl is doing that, then it's a problem.
I agree with you, Regina. I love your mindset. I just want to tell you, I love your commentary. April, did you hear the question? What were your thoughts?
I just wanted to come in. The other lady you had. Oh, by the way, Gigi, before I start talking, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't interrupt her. The lady. that was talking first. But anyway, I just want to tell you, Gigi, you look fly as always. I love the
She looks
hair you
beautiful.
got.
That's very true.
Thank you, April. I appreciate
Yeah,
you, April.
yeah, yeah. But I just want to say, it was another lady on here, but I think she left. She was talking about about education and stuff like that. Is it okay? Can I tell my story a little bit, or?
A little bit, just make it kind of short, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, speaking of education system, but when I was growing up, I struggled with learning and bad behavior because to be honest, I kind of have like a learning disability, but I'm not sure that I ever got diagnosed because I always struggle like with reading and math and something else she said that the people that's educated, a lot of times they don't have common sense. And I agree with the lady. I think the lady that started with the K. Her name started with a K. I can't remember her
It's
name.
Harris, Kiana, Kia.
Kiana, yeah, yeah, and I agree with her a lot on that. Yeah, yeah, about the education system. I think the education system need to do more better.
I
Hmm.
think Keontae, I'm sorry, but I always call him Miss Harris. Thank you, April. Shelly Boo, what are your thoughts about that rapper guy?
Well, we need to find out who the young lady parents are or what family she has. Because if this guy got her pregnant and then now he's putting paws on her and stuff, I would just suggest that, I mean, you shouldn't date these guys anyway. These type of guys is, the rappers and all that, they have their pick of several women, so they don't respect women because of that alone. As far as she is, she should leave him, but I don't know what type of hold he has over her because it's only going to get worse. And he might beat that baby out of her.
Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna leave him. I heard the mom is kind of cool with this. And I think that, she has to change her taste in men because she will leave him and she will go to another one that's just like him.
Well,
So
what kind of mom is cool with this? We need to get at the mother.
a lot of mamas that want that money. They see, oh, child, he's a rapper. He got money, honey. I mean, just look at Tina Turner. Her mom allowed Ike to beat on Tina as long as she was getting paid. So it's a lot of moms, Shelly, that's cool with this.
Wow. Yeah, well, that young lady, I mean, because we see this weekly where the young lady end up dead with the baby. We see this weekly. So, unless she don't care, she need to leave the guy
Yeah, but
and
these
think about her baby.
have the mindset, I'm different. That's not going to be my story. I'm not like them. Okay. So I also want you guys to touch on this, Regina. It was a 42-year-old mom, and she was a church-going woman. She was a Christian, and she got taken out by her own husband. She was filing for divorce, and he did not sign those papers. He picked up his daughters that same day from school, and he went home, and he followed his wife to the bathroom, and he took her out. He left. They was like, "What's going on?" And he said nothing. Now he has been arrested of first degree murder. What are your thoughts, Regina?
Mm.
This is my first time hearing this, so I really don't have that much information to really say because, when people say Christian, it always makes me wonder, okay, how does that really look? Um, but I will say that oftentimes the signs are there, but it's not until something that serious happens that now everyone wants to, be up in arms about it. But I'm quite sure that she had been probably dealing with this before, and this time he just happened to take it too far. When she thought she was doing her due diligence by filing for divorce, she thought, all right, now it's really too much. I'm going to do something about this. But it was really, he was already far gone. So I think that whether you are a Christian or not, now that we are in the 21st century, as women and as men, we need to take these signs seriously. Even if you've been with him for 5 years and this is the first time he put his hands on you, or the first time she put her hands on you, we need to take it seriously, especially if for yourself, and also if you have children involved. And don't wait until it gets so far and then want to do something about it, because before you know it, you could lose your life. And I also think that our the police and people like that who are supposed to enforce safety need to do a better job at taking initiative at these things, because oftentimes you could file a report, you could call the police, and they may not even take it seriously. So that's important too.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right, Regina. And did you know Takesha, that's her name? She was 42 years old. And they were together for a long time. They were married for years. But when he fell ill, she took care of that man. Like she was the glue that held the family together. And people are saying the betrayal that he did to her. And I guess he felt betrayed because she wanted a divorce. But that's her right. So it's just wow. Shelly, what are your thoughts about this?
I'm just tired of hearing it. It's just every week, every month, it's the same thing. The man, the woman want to leave the man obviously for a reason, and he knows the reason, but he's going to take her out. I'm just tired of hearing it.
All
And
right.
there's also that sense of owner. Oh, go ahead, Gigi.
No, go ahead, Regina.
There's also that sense of ownership too. You know, I'm not a psychologist, but what I realize is that the way that a heterosexual man thinks is just very different from how we think as women. So after somebody has been with you for for a certain amount of time and you've had children with them, some of these men think, I own you. Like you're not going nowhere.
That's true. That's true. That's how a lot of them are operating. You know, they see it as an ownership. And I can see that because she was so sweet and she was so submissive and she's so into religion. So he would probably feel that, this is a good one to own, you know?
Yeah, but that's twisted. You know what I mean? And why they bringing religion into it? It ain't nothing religious about taking somebody out. The Bible say, "Thou shalt not kill." That's the first thing they learn up in there.
Yeah.
And
I
then it'd be
think
the
they brung religion in the report because a lot of the church members started speaking out. And they were just explaining how she was a faithful member of the church and how she was involved in all these different programs in the church. So that's why, because that was part of her identity.
Oh, I see. Well, gee, I wanted to tell you something that is really mind blowing that I saw this evening. I just wanted. It's a little bit off the subject, but it's about TP, Tyler Perry.
Go ahead.
I okay. I was in. I had to go out of town, and I had to come back that same way that Angie Stone accident happened, and I saw something. I went for mile marker 151. I saw tracks and stuff, and then I came through exactly where the accident happened, right? And when I looked down to the right, you know how they had the mile markers? Well, they had the green mile marker with the white writing on it. Well, to my surprise, after they had the mile marker, guess what was sticking there in the grass?
What was it?
It was a mile marker symbol and it had TP. I
Tyler
never I never seen that up there before. Yes. And that was strange to me. So I want that brother to call me if you listening, Tyler. And I ain't joking. I get calls because is that not weird? The mile marker had TP and I never seen that there before. I've been by there plenty of times. So who put that there? Is
Perry.
that like a warning?
It's a mystery. But I just want to say thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Regina. Thank everybody that joined us, Miss Harris, Detroit, everyone that joined us on the panel. I really appreciate you all. And I hope that you guys come back again. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for your support, joining us on these topics. Join us tomorrow. We will be talking about celebrity news, and we don't know what we're going to talk about because it's going to be the latest topic. And I just want to say thank you all for the love that you have shown, the patience. And I really appreciate you all. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I'll see you guys on the next upload. Bye.